Another example is the police. The police have perfected to an unheard of degree technical methods both of research and of action. Everyone is delighted with this development because it would seem to guarantee an increasingly efficient protection against criminals. Let us put aside for the moment the problem of police corruption and concentrate on the technical apparatus, which, as I have noted, is becoming extremely precise. Will this apparatus be applied only to criminals? We know that this is not the case, and we are tempted to react by saying that it is the state which applies this technical apparatus without discrimination. But there is an error on perspective here. The instrument tends to be applied everywhere it can be applied. It functions without discrimination, because it exists without discrimination. The techniques of police, which are developing at an extremely rapid tempo, have as their necessary end the transformation of the entire nation into a concentration camp. This is no perverse decision on the part of some party or government. To be sure of apprehending criminals, it is necessary that everyone be supervised. It is necessary to know exactly what every citizen is up to know his relations, his amusements, etc. And the state is increasingly in a position to know these things. This does not imply a reign of terror or of arbitrary arrests. The best technique is one which makes itself felt the least and which represents the least burden. But every citizen must be thoroughly known to the police and must live under conditions of discreet surveillance. All this results from the perfection of technical methods. The police cannot attain technical perfection unless they have total control, and, as Ernst von Bremst has remarked, this total control has both an objective and a subjective side. Subjectively, control satisfies the desire for power and certain sadistic tendencies. But the subjective aspect is not the dominant one. It is not the major aspect, the expression of what is to come. In reality, the objective aspect of control, more and more, that is to say, the pure technique which creates a milieu, an atmosphere, an environment, and even a model of behavior in social relations, dominates more and more. The police must move in the direction of anticipating and forestalling crime. Eventually, intervention will be useless. This state of affairs can come about in two ways. First, by constant surveillance to the end that noxious intentions be known in advance and the police be able to act before the premeditated crime takes place. Second, by the climate of social conformity, which we have mentioned. This goal presupposes the paternal surveillance of every citizen and, in addition, the closest possible tie-in with all other techniques, administrative, organizational, and psychological. The technique of police control has value only if police are in close contact with the trade unions and the schools. In particular, it is allied with propaganda. Whenever or wherever the phenomenon is observed, this connection exists. Propaganda itself cannot be efficient unless it brings into play the whole state organization, and particularly the police power. Conversely, police power is a genuine technique only when it is supplemented by propaganda, which plays a leading role in the psychological environment necessary to the completeness of the police power. But propaganda must also teach acceptance of what the police power is and what it can do. It must make the police power palatable, justify its actions, and give it its psychological structure among the masses of the people. All this is equally true for dictatorial regimes in which police and propaganda concentrate on terror, and for democratic regimes in which the motion pictures, for example, show the good offices of the police, and procure the friendly feeling of the public. The vicious cycle mentioned by Ernst von Bremst, past terror accentuates present propaganda, and present propaganda paves the way for future terror. The vicious cycle mentioned is by Ernst von Bremst is as true of democratic as of dictatorial regimes, if the term terror is replaced by efficiency. This type of police organization is not an arbitrary prospect. It is maintained by every authoritarian government, where every citizen is regarded as a suspect, ignorant of his own capabilities. It is the tendency in the United States, and we are beginning to see the first elements of it in France. The administration of the French police was orientated in 1951 toward an organization of the system in depth. This took place, for example, at the level of the record office. Certain elements of this are simple and well known: fingerprint files, records of firearms, application of statistical methods which allow the police to obtain in a minimum of time the most varied kinds of information, and to know from day to day the current state of criminality in all its forms. Other elements are somewhat more complicated and new. For example, a punched card mechanical index system has been installed in the criminal division. This system offers 400 possible combinations and permits investigations to begin with any element of the crime: hour of commission, nature, objects stolen, weapons used, etc.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
God. I believe in Jesus.
Alright, bro. Good luck.
The combination obviously does not give the solution, but a series of approximations. The most important item in this catalog of police techniques is the creation of the so-called suspect files, which show whether the police ever suspected any individual for any reason or at any time whatsoever, even though no legal document or procedure ever existed against him. From the press conference of M. Baylot, Prefect of Police, 1951. Prefect of Police. This means that any citizen who, once in his life, had anything to do with the police, even for non-criminal reasons, is put under observation, a fact which ought to affect, speaking conservatively, half the adult male population. It is obvious that these lists are only a point of departure, because it will be tempting as well as necessary to complete the files with all observations which may have been collected. Finally, this technical conception of police supposes the institution of concentration camps, not in their dramatic aspects, but in their administrative aspects. The Nazis' use of concentration camps has warped our perspectives. The concentration camp is based on two ideas which derive directly from the technical conception of the police: preventative detention, which completes prevention, and re-education. It is not because the use of these terms has not corresponded to reality that we feel it necessary to refuse to see in the concentration camp a very advanced form of the system. Nor is it because the so-called methods of re-education have, on the whole, been methods of destruction that we feel we must consider such a concept of re-education an odious joke. The further we advance, the more will the police be considered responsible for the re-education of social misfits, a goal that is part of the very order which they are charged with protecting. We are experiencing at present the justification of this development. It is not true that the perfection of police power is the result of the state's Machiavellianism or of some transitory influence. The whole structure of society implies it, of necessity. The more we mobilize the forces of nature, the more we must mobilize men, and the more do we require order, which today represents the highest value. To deny this is to deny the whole course of modern times. This order has nothing spontaneous in it. It is rather a patient accretion of 1,000 technical details. And each of us derives a feeling of security from every one of the improvements which make this order more efficient and the future safer. Order receives our complete approval. Even when we are hostile to the police, we are, by strange contradictions, partisans of order. In the blossoming of modern discoveries and of our own power, a vertigo has taken hold of us which makes us feel this need to an extreme degree. After all, it is the police who are charged, from the external point of view, with ensuring this order which covers organization and morals. How, then, can we possibly deny to the police indispensable improvements in their methods? We in France are still in the preparatory phase of this development, but the organization of police power has been pushed very far in Canada and New Zealand, to take two examples. Technical necessity imposes the national concentration camp, which, I must point out, does not involve the suffering usually associated with it. Let us take another example. A new machine of great productive powers put into circulation releases a great quantity of work. It replaces many workers. This is an inevitable consequence of technique. In the crude order of things, these workers are simply thrown out of work. Capitalism is blamed for this state of affairs, and we are told that technique itself is not responsible for technological unemployment, and that the establishment of socialism would set things right. The capitalist replies, technological unemployment always dies out of itself. For example, it creates certain new activities which will in the long run create employment for qualified workers. This appears to be a dreadful prospect because it implies a readaptation in time and a more or less lengthy period of unemployment. But what does socialism propose? That the liberated worker will be used somewhere else and in some other capacity. In the Soviet Union, the worker is either adapted to a new skill by means of vocational training, or he is sent to another part of the country. In the Beveridge Plan, the worker is employed wherever the state opens a plant of any sort. The socialist solution involves readaptation in space, but this solution, too, appears to be completely alien to human nature. Man is not a mere package to be moved out, an object to be molded and applied wherever there is a need. These two forms of readaptation, the only ones possible, are both inhuman. The new work code promulgated in the East German Democratic Republic in November 1960 shows this inhumanity in operation in the socialist camp, and none of these adaptations can be separated from the machine which replaces human labor. They are its necessary and inevitable consequence. Of course, idealists will speak of the re-education of the work week, but this reduction can only be effected when equivalent technical improvements are produced in all fields of work. According to Colin Clark, it seems that this reduction, too, must ceiling out before long. But this consideration passes over into the area of economics. I could cite innumerable examples, but the ones I have given suffice to show that technique in itself, and not the use made of it or its non-necessary consequences, leads to a certain amount of suffering and to social scourges which cannot be completely separated from it. This is its very mechanism. Of course, a technique can be abandoned when it proves to have evil effects which were not provided for. From then on, there will be an improvement in the technique. A characteristic example is furnished by J. de Castro in The Geography of Hunger. De Castro shows in detail, with regard to Brazil, what was already known superficially about other countries, that certain techniques of exploitation have proved disastrous. According to De Castro, certain regions were deforested in order to grow sugarcane, but only the immediate technical productivity was considered. In a further work, De Castro seeks to show that the hunger problem was created by application of the capitalist and colonialist system of agriculture. His reasoning, however, is correct only to a very limited extent. It is true that when agriculture is diversified, crops is replaced by a single crop economy for commercial ends, tobacco and sugarcane. Capitalism is to blame. But most often, crop diversification is not distributed. What happens is that new areas are brought under cultivation, producing a population increase and also a unilateral utilization of the labor force. And this is less a capitalist than a technical fact. If the possibility of industrializing agriculture exists, why not use it? Any engineer, agronomist, or economist of 100 years ago would have agreed that bringing uncultivated lands under cultivation constituted a great advance. The application of European agricultural techniques represented an incomparable forward step when compared, for example, to Indian methods. But it involved certain unforeseen consequences. The resulting deforestation, modified hydrographic features, the rivers became torrents, and the drainage waters provoked catastrophic erosion. The topsoil was completely carried away, and agriculture became impossible. The fauna, dependent on the existence of the forest, disappeared. In this way, the food-producing possibilities of vast regions vanished. The same situation is developing as a result of the cultivation of peanuts in Senegal, of cotton in the south of the United States, and so on. None of this represents, as is commonly said, a poor application of technique, one guided by selfish interest. It is simply technique. And if the situation is rectified too late by the abandonment of the old technique, it will only be as a consequence of some new technical advance. In any case, the first step was inevitable. Man can never foresee the totality of consequences of a given technical action. History shows that every technical application from its beginnings presents certain unforeseeable secondary effects which are much more disastrous than the lack of the technique would have been. These effects exist alongside those effects which were foreseen and expected and which represent something valuable and positive. Technique demands the most rapid possible application. The problems of our day are evolving rapidly and require immediate solutions. Modern man is held by the throat of certain demands which will not be resolved simply by the passage of time. The quickest possible counterthrust, often a matter of life or death, is necessary. When the parry specific to the attack is found, it is used. It would be foolish not to use the available means, but there is never time to estimate all the repercussions, and, in any case, they are most often unforeseeable. The more we understand the interrelation of all disciplines and the interaction of those instruments, the less time there is to measure these effects accurately. Moreover, technique demands the most immediate application because it is so expensive. It must pay off in money, prestige, or force, depending on whether the regime is capitalist, communist, or fascist, respectively. There is no time for precautions when the distribution of dividends or the salvation of the proletariat is at stake. Nor can we permit ourselves to say that these motives are no affair of technique. If none of them existed, there would be no money for technical research. There would be no technique. Technique cannot be considered in itself apart from its actual modes of existence. We are brought back, then, to serious facts of this order. In certain agricultural research in England, anti-parasitic agents called systemics were applied. An injection was made into a fruit tree, which, as a consequence, was infected with the agent from its roots to its leaves. Every parasite died, but nothing is known of the effects on the fruit, or the effects on man, and in the long run of the effects on the tree. All that is known is that the agent is not an immediate deadly poison for the consumer. Such products are already commercially available, and it is probable that they will shortly be used on a large scale. What we have said about systemics holds for the specific insecticide, DDT. It was announced originally that this insecticide was completely harmless for warm-blooded animals. Subsequently, DDT was widely used, but it was noted in 1951 that DDT in fatty solution, oily or otherwise, is actually a poison for warm-blooded animals and causes a whole complex of disturbances and diseases, in particular, rickets. This fatty solution may be produced entirely by accident, as when cows treated with this chemical produce milk containing DDT. Rickets has been detected in calves nourished with such milk, and several international medical congresses since 1956 have drawn attention to the grave danger to children. But the real question is not a question of error. Errors are always possible. Two facts alone concern us. It is impossible to foresee all the consequences of a technical action, and technique demands that everything it produces be brought into a domain that affects the entire public. The weight of technique is such that no obstacle can stop it, and every technical advance is matched by a negative reverse side. An excellent study of the efficient petroleum explorations in the Sahara concludes with the observation that the most serious problem is the increase in the wretchedness of the local population. The causes of this growing misery, among others, the supplanting of caravan traffic by motor vehicles, the disappearance of the date palms, and the disappearance of cereal grains because of non-maintenance of the irrigation works. This complex seems to represent a typical example. The human being is delivered helpless in respect to life's most important and most trivial affairs, to a power which is in no sense under his control. For there can be no question today of man's controlling the milk he drinks or bread he eats, any more than of his controlling his government. The same holds for the development of great industrial plants, transport systems, motion pictures, and so on. It is only after a period of dubious experimentation that a technique is refined and its secondary consequences are modified through a series of technical improvements. Henceforth, someone will say, it will be possible to tame the monster and separate the good results from a technical operation from the bad. That may be, but in the same framework, the new technical advance will in its turn produce further secondary and unpredictable effects which are no less disastrous than the preceding ones. although they will be of another kind. De Castro declares that the new technique of soil cultivation presupposes more and more powerful state control, with its police power, its ideology, and its propaganda machinery. This is the price we must pay. William Vogt, surveying the same problem, is still more precise. In order to avoid famine resulting from systemic destruction of the topsoil, one must apply the latest technical methods. But conservation will not be put into practice spontaneously by individuals. Yet, these methods must be applied globally or they will not amount to anything. Who can do this? Vogt, like all good Americans, asserts that he detests the authoritarian police state. However, he agrees that only state controls can possibly produce the desired results. He extols the efforts made by the liberal administration of the United States in this respect, but he agrees that the United States continues to lose ground literally and figuratively simply because the methods of American agriculture administration are not authoritarian enough. What measures are to be recommended? The various soils must be classified as to possible ways to cultivate them without destroying them. Authoritarian methods must be applied in order A. to evacuate the population and to prevent it from working the imperiled soil. B. to grow only certain products on certain types of soil. The peasant can no longer be allowed freedom in these respects. This evolution is to be facilitated by centralization of the great land holdings. In Latin America, there are today from 20 to 40 million ecologically displaced persons occupying lands which ought not to be under cultivation. They are living on hillsides from which it is absolutely necessary to drive them if the means of existence of their countries are to be saved from destruction. It will be difficult and costly to relocate these people, but Latin America has no choice. If she does not solve this problem, she will be reduced to the most miserable standard of living. All experts on agricultural questions are in fact in fundamental agreement. De Castro, although hostile to the ideas of Vogt, and Dumont, critical of De Castro on certain points, come to the conclusion that only strict planning on a world scale can solve the problems of agriculture, and that only human relocation and collective distribution of wealth can solve the problem of famine. This can only mean that man, if he is to improve the traditional agricultural techniques and be rid of their drawbacks, will be obliged to apply extremely rigorous administrative and police techniques. Here again we have a good example of the interconnection of different elements and of the unpredictability of the secondary effects. It was believed for a long time that the TVA was a praiseworthy response to certain problems raised by technique. Today, however, certain major flaws have become apparent. For example, the correct application of methods of reforestation and animal reproduction were not understood. Flood control was not carried out by retention of the water in the soil, but by submerging permanently a good part of the lands which have been saved to protect others. Man, we repeat, is never able to foresee the totality of effects of his technique. No one could have foreseen that regulating the Colorado River for irrigation purposes would lead the Pacific Ocean to encroach upon the coast of California, or that it would endanger the valleys which had been regulated by the removal of up to 500 tons a day of sand and rock. It is likewise impossible to foresee the effect of techniques intended to control the weather, dispel clouds, precipitate rain or snow, and so on. In another area, Professor Lamar, in the study of narcotic drugs, shows that technique permits the manufacture of synthetic narcotics with greater and greater ease and in increasing quantities. But, according to Lamar, the control of these drugs is thereby rendered more and more difficult because We cannot predict whether they will be or will not be dangerous. The only proof is their habitual use by addicts, but to obtain this proof requires years of experience. There is scarcely need to recall that universal famine, the most serious danger known to humanity, is caused by the advance of certain medical techniques, which have brought with them good and evil inextricably mixed. There is no question of good or bad use, nor more so is the problem posed by atomic techniques and the disposal of atomic waste. Atomic explosions are not the real problem. The real problem continues to be that the disposal of the ceaselessly accumulating waste materials, despite the reassuring but unfortunately partisan explanations of some atomic scientists. The International Agency for Atomic Energy recognized in 1959 that these wastes represent a deadly peril and that there is no sure way of avoiding it except perhaps by means of the difficult process of vitrification being undertaken in Canada. All this involves the peaceful use of the atom. In every case, what can really be foreseen more or less clearly is the need of state intervention to control the effects of technical applications. But by the time a technique is modified in the light of those effects, the evil has already been done. When it is proposed to choose between effects, it is always too late. It is doubtless still possible to modify any given element, but only at the price of secondary repercussions. Again, it is doubtless possible to produce, by means of rational exploitation of natural resources, enough food to nourish 5 billion human beings. But this can be accomplished only at the price of forced labor and a new kind of slavery. Whatever point we choose to examine, we always perceive this interrelation of techniques. In 1960, the World Congress for the Study of Nutrition considered the problem of how modern nutrition is vitiated by the use of chemical products, which are themselves significant contributory causes of the so-called disease of civilization. But the Congress studies indicate that the solution can no longer be a return to natural nutrition. On the contrary, a further step must be taken, which involves completely artificial alimentation, so-called rational alimentation. It will not be sufficient merely to control grains, meat, butter, and so forth. The stage at which this would have been feasible has been passed. New technical methods must be found, but can we be assured that this new alimentation will in its turn present no danger? Every rejection of a technique judged to be bad entails the application of a new technique, the value of which is estimated from the point of view of efficiency alone. But we are always unaware of the more remote repercussions. History shows us that these are seldom positive, at least when we consider history as a whole instead of contenting ourselves with examining disconnected phenomena such as the population increase, the prolongation of the average lifespan, or the shortening of the work week. These are symptoms which perhaps would have meaning if man were merely an animal, but which have no conclusive significance if man is something more than a production machine. However, it is not my intention to show that technique will end in disaster. On the contrary, technique has only one principle: efficient ordering. Everything for technique is centered on the concept of order. This explains the development of moral and political doctrines at the beginning of the 19th century. Everything which represented an ordering principle was taken in deadly interest. At the same time, the means destined to elaborate this order were exploited as never before. Order and peace were required for the development of the individual techniques, after society had reached the necessary stage of disintegration. Peace is indispensable, but to the triumph of industrialization. It will be hastily concluded from this that industrialization will promote peace. But, as always, logical deductions falsify reality. J.U. Neff has shown admirably that industrialization cannot act otherwise than to promote wars. This is no accident, but rather an organic relation. It holds not only because of the direct influence of industrialization on the means of destruction, but also because of its influence on the means of existence. Technical progress favors war, according to Neff, because A. the new weapons have rendered more difficult the distinction between offense and defense, and B. they have enormously reduced the pain and anguish implied in the act of killing. There's a stage. On another plane, the distinction between peaceful industry and military industry is no longer possible. Every industry, every technique, however humane its intentions, has military value. The humanitarian scientist finds himself confronted by a new dilemma. Must he look for ways to make people live longer so that they are better to be able to destroy one another? Neff has described all this remarkably well. It is no longer a question of simple human behavior, but of technical necessity. The technical phenomenon cannot be broken down in such a way as to retain the good and reject the bad. It has a mass which renders it monistic. To show this, we have taken only the simplest and hence the most easily debatable examples. To enable the reader to grasp fully the reality of this monism, it would be necessary to present every problem with all its applications and ramifications to other fields. The case of the police, for example, cannot be considered merely within its specific confines. Police technique is closely connected with the techniques of propaganda, administration, and even economics. Economics demands, in effect, an increasing productivity. It is impossible to accept the non-producers into the body social, the loafers, the coupon clippers, the social misfits, and the saboteurs. None of these have any place. The police must develop methods to put these useless consumers to work. The problem is the same in a capitalist state, where the communist is the saboteur, and in a communist state, where the saboteur is the internationalist in the pay of capitalism. The necessities of the modes of action of all these techniques combine to form a whole, each part supporting and reinforcing the others. They constitute a coordinated phenomena, no element of which can be detached from the others. It is an illusion, a perfectly understandable one, to hope to be able to suppose the bad side of technique. To hope to be able to suppress the bad side of technique and preserve the good. This belief means that the essence of technical phenomenon has not been grasped.
really encourage people, even when, like, if I have students who are doing like translations aloud in class, I'll say, hey, if you don't know what that word is, like, break the word down for me, right? Like, translate it uber literally, and then we'll try to figure it out, right? Like eperchome, that you'll see in like the New Testament a lot. In a lot of senses, it's like, he got closer to them, he approached them, or in other senses, it's like
Booster stuff.
Wait, hold on, Nelson. You're killing me, Sam. You work in engineering. You should know. Never buy first gen anything.
You bought the index too.
I mean, I don't even think that's a good, like, I guess, how do I say this? That's a good general rule, but I think there's good reason to think that this is going to be done well.
The index was done well.
And here's another one that just joined. Likes to record people. What's up, P. Mars? Our resident recorder.
I was reading a book.
Pew pew.
I was reading the Technological Society.
Read Matthew in the Bible, please. Thank you.
You guys really want someone to read it?
I'm not going to read. I don't read out loud. I don't read well. I'd rather listen to men read the Bible.
I can read out loud. What do you want me to read?
Matthew, just the whole thing, or
start.
half of it, or a half hour of it. Yeah, it's 2 hours, I guess.
2
Yes,
hours?
it's 2 hours, but 2 hours of an infinite time. Yeah.
I don't think it's 2 hours.
You guys really want me to read? I'll read it for you.
I would listen. I will listen. I'm not gonna not
Don't you need consent to record?
Yeah,
I would think.
It depends on what state
you
you're in.
technically do, but
It depends on what state you're in.
How do you know what other states people are in?
It's just
some states
cool.
have two-party consent and one party. Most states have one-party consent.
I'm assuming you're in a one-party consent state?
Yes.
Of course.
Most people are.
You guys got all your Christmas shopping done?
what?
Your Christmas shopping? Got all of it done? Did the guy leave that was going to read? Aw.
Well,
Anyway.
Matthew starts with all this, like, begat shit. I don't want to read that.
I don't even know what that means.
Like,
Don't worry about it, Mars. I don't really want to listen to you read anyway. You leave a bitter taste in my mouth still.
Judas
I'm
begat.
still working on forgiving you, but you just keep repeating what makes me not happy. So how am I supposed to forgive you when you're on a loop of just doing it consistently?
What do I do you don't want me to do?
Just record people, and it's disturbing, and you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. It's like you can't help yourself, right?
I mean,
What do you do with it all?
I just live stream sometimes. I usually don't record unless I'm live.
How often are you live streaming though?
Auntie, are you gonna apologize for the way you acted yesterday?
Well, lately I'm not.
Me?
Not very often.
Yeah, you. Are you gonna apologize?
No, I don't even. I didn't do anything to you.
You
Smoke your vape.
You threatened to kill me, literally. Are you gonna apologize for
I
that?
did not.
Are you
You're
delusional?
So full of it.
Are you
You're
delusional?
full of it. You're full
You
of
threatened
it.
you threatened to kill me. Are you gonna
You
apologize
are
for that?
gaslighting me right now. I told
Are
you.
you gonna apologize?
I will never apologize. I told you that you figured out that your medicine is bad for you, and then you try to claim that I told you not to take your medicine. I never said that. I don't know why you're accusing me of trying to kill you right now.
You said you would got
insane.
me.
I'm gonna turn you down.
You
I
said you
never
would got
said
me.
anything of the sort.
You said you would got me. You're
never-
disgusting. You're delusional.
I
You're
never
delusional.
said anything of the sort. The
You need
last
help.
thing that we talked about, I have to get the recording. I'm recording you now, so just stop. Really, FBI. You're
Relax.
like,
I'm not going to do
stalking
it.
me, dude.
I'm not
I
going
have
to
to like
do anything with
record
it.
when he talks to me because he's lying. The last thing we talked about was
You
his
threatened to kill.
medicine.
You threatened to
His
kill George.
schizophrenic medicine.
You threatened to
Oh
kill
my God, I had to
George.
turn
You
him
threatened
down.
to kill me, and you threatened to kill
What?
B3.
What a
Unbelievable.
disease. FBI. Seriously, the last thing we talked about was him taking his medicine, and he's like, it makes me depressed, and I'm like, okay, so what'd you just figure out? And then he tried to claim that I said that he shouldn't take his medicine, which I never said that. Never would tell anyone that.
I would tell people that.
What?
I would tell people that.
No, he figured it out on his own. You know what I mean? But he tried to twist my words, and I'm like, I never said that, and
was it like antidepressants?
He go ask him; he'll tell you. He's like, I'm bipolar, and I'm like, well, your drugs. You need more drugs for your side effects of your drugs. It was such a small little conversation on it, but it triggered him somehow. Now he's insane. You fucking insane people here. Oh no, he's back. Oh God.
I think everyone hates me.
I don't.
God bless you.
Yeah, that girl is actually crazy, dude. She threatened to kill me yesterday.
That sucks. I'm sure she won't. I want to fucking follow that. I guess I have to.
But I can't hear you. Mars, stop. Are you
leave?
fucking streaming?
I'll leave.
Vision about this kind of thing. I imagined 1 year ago. Imagine we have a fella and he's torturing a gerbil with a needle.
A gerbil.
It made me realize how not woke I maybe am.
That's all you're telling me is that you're a porn addict now. Like,
well, Jack, I mean,
dude, I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
No, Jack, you know what's fucked up? Because I'm so cheap, I'm like trying to get the best bang for my buck. So I'm jerking off twice more a day than I was before. It's fucking crazy. But like, what threw me off was this, dude. So on the site they go.
Yes or no? Do not do the Islamic gatekeeping on me. Yes or no?
I will not be taught Islam by a fucking Egyptian.
Oh yeah, well, eat my ass. I'm living in a Muslim household, and I know my shit.
What's wrong with
the guy who memorized half the fucking knows his shit.
What's wrong with being Egyptian?
Well,
yeah, we're fucking moronic.
Honestly, let's not go there. Like, Muslims tend to be that way. Like, it's whatever, man.
Yeah.
I fucking love the hate.
Listen, man, if we have a voice channel with like 2 or more fucking like Arabs or Muslim, like, yeah, there's gonna be like slurs thrown around. Accept it.
Well,
Islam
is essentially a heresy of Christianity. It should be just stamped out.
Islam is a heresy on mankind, my guy.
Wait, why not just promote atheism among the so-called lower classes, as Sid is saying, and we get rid of Christianity, we get rid of Judaism, we get rid of Islam, we get rid of Hinduism, all of it, at least among the lower classes, like you're saying.
The big I'm talking. The big problem with atheism is it's retarded.
Okay. I don't care. Him to be an atheist. I admit that his prophet is a fucking.
Whether or not atheism is true or plausible is kind of irrelevant. What if it's like false or whatever, but beneficial to society, kind of like how religion is.
But atheism is not beneficial to anybody. It's miserable. Like, who would want to be an atheist?
Well, so this is where I was citing earlier.
Disagree.
where Plato was saying that if you tell stories about the gods,
Plato was not an atheist.
well, look, if you tell certain kinds of stories about the gods, fictional stories
Plato
about
was
the
a
gods, to people who are unable to distinguish between allegory and non-allegory, I think the problem is that this kind of storytelling confuses them, and in their confusion, they behave viciously, and that's why
they're going to be confused no matter what.
if these stories about the gods is basically what we might call religion today, then it might be the case that for certain kinds of people, what regardless of what class they are, Sid is saying these are the lower class people, but regardless of what class they're in, if they can't distinguish between allegory and non-allegory, and they take these religious accounts in certain ways that make them then act in viciousness, I would say they might be better off being atheist. That was what I was saying.
But I mean, to be an atheist is to be a drug. I mean, most atheists are like drug addicted, porn addicted retards.
I don't think people's ideology.
Yeah, right.
People's
So
ideology.
you can ask them to justify that claim, but that'd be a fucking tangent. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. I mean,
Sid, I have a thought exercise for you.
The problem with that is people's ideologies don't reflect their behavior, because like people consistently behave in ways that are antithetical to their ideology. So
yeah, I guess I want to answer. Yeah, go ahead, Sid. Yeah.
Let fucking answer, please.
Can we let Sid answer?
Go on, man. Go on.
Thank you. The thing is, first of all, the whole text of Islam is not set in that way that can be applied to what Plato said. Secondly, when it comes to Greek philosophers, I'm much more on the side of Socrates. Plato and his bitch ass can go for himself.
No, but like the idea that atheism is going to improve a dumb person is so stupid.
I have one quick thought exercise for Sid. What if we flip atheism into Islam, and let's be the mad atheist who's like, go to atheism, or I will do this law that if you don't convert to atheism, I will kill you depending on certain circumstances, as you say. Would you be okay with that? Or you're going to bitch and moan like a
it is true that societies with more atheists and agnostics and secular people tend to be better off than religious ones. I mean, there's like a pretty intriguing fucking correlation there.
That's actually the opposite of the truth.
I mean,
no.
Say that the causation is questionable.
You don't know what you're talking. Look, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking. No, it's not. Historically, it's not true.
Countries in the world with the most religious ones, and it's like a pretty correlation between rich and poor.
No, historically,
the outliers are North Korea and the United States of America. But other than that, it's like a pretty fucking neat trend.
Historically, humanist societies have been the most oppressive. B3, you're drunk and you don't read.
Let's use.
It's like, oh man, where would I rather be? Like fucking religious Saudi Arabia or fucking like Sweden?
No, but let's
Sweden, whatever.
Let's use our own.
6 feet under the ground after meeting Sid. Not gonna lie.
No, but let's use our own reason. Like,
no, wait a second. I want to answer. I want to answer Islamophobe, and I will answer you with Islamophobe, do you have a sister?
I have a what?
You broke up, man. You broke up.
Do you have a sister? Yes.
No. Are we getting into the hijab thing and women virginity and this?
No, not at all. The thing is, the answer to your question is, I will fuck your mom and make you a bloody new one. Go fuck yourself.
What?
I have two brothers that would personally like you to try this because, trust me, my brothers are okay with skinning people and cutting my own hair.
Nobody gives a fuck. Let's get some facts on the table. Let's get some facts on the table. Let's get some facts on the Shut the fuck.
I love having BCs with people of Muslim backgrounds, man. They're always entertaining.
I don't give a fuck.
Always.
Goddamn Muslims.
Whatever about all that. Let's get some facts.
God, B3 is fucking stupid as fuck.
Shame on you, son.
Now they have a shame fetish. This is the thing. The whole golden rule thing doesn't apply to masochists, P-Mars.
Do you guys want to like eliminate shame?
I think shame is kind of an unnecessary tool, especially when you got people ready to guilt and shame you for you.
Dude, the problem with the world is no one has any fucking shame. They're fucking a bunch of shameless animals running around naked. Yeah, what's up?
P-Mars, can I ask you?
You broke up when you asked something.
So here's my question: How many chickens do you think it would take to be able to kill a lion?
The fuck? 1 million?
1 million? You think maybe we can get past using 500,000? We might need those chicken resources, to invade other animals.
Okay.
All right.
You fed how many chickens are you allowed? Can you have as many as you want? So I'm gonna feed I'm gonna feed a cougar with chickens until it's bigger than a lion, and then it can kill the lion.
Yo, Moss Man, you just joined this conversation late. If you had to choose to quit wiping your ass or brushing your teeth, which one would it be?
Please repeat the question.
All right, if you had to quit brushing your teeth or washing your ass, you had to give up.
We're paying for it again. The internet was, cure for that.
What's funny was that I was watching boxing yesterday, and I refused to pay for the subscription service for the boxing match. I was looking for the stream. So I was like, oh man, I'll pay for this porn one time for the one time, but this boxing match, I don't,
It actually makes way more sense to pay for the boxing and torrent the porn. Since you can't, it's actually pretty hard. If you want it live, it's pretty hard to get the boxing match in high quality.
Oh yeah, I had to end up settling for this dude on Twitter. He had to keep streaming it and then cutting it off and then streaming it. I just had to keep watching his bullshit Twitter stream.
Do you want a link to so you
See,
can watch?
I can't say nothing because you guys don't even remember back in the 80s before the internet. You actually had to go in the store, get the penthouse, buy the damn thing.
Yeah, I vaguely remember. I just wasn't old enough or interested in it at that time.
Nelson,
rental stores had them too.
Do you want a link to free streaming of UFC?
That isn't that.
Oh yeah, whoever's got is that P Mars has got the links?
Yeah.
Okay, P Mars, yeah, man. Because I'm trying to see the Davis fight tonight. If you know about that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Actually, I'll just show you the site I like to use the most.
Yeah, you can DM me, man.
Simplified.
Well,
it seems like compared to English, we would have many more words individual, but now you're just sandwiching something to mean, So is the vocabulary more broad, or is it just the breakdown simpler? It seems
it's hard to say because in a sense in Greek, I would say per capita we have fewer words, right? But we combine those words to make very specific things, right? And we can play with words a lot more in Greek than you can in English, just by creating new things. So, for example, perilego is not a word in Greek, right? But peri means around or concerning or a roundabout way. And if you say perilegi, it's not a Greek word actually, but you could use that in a joke sense. It's oh, perilegi, he's just talking around his point type of thing. Are you seeing what I'm saying? In English, we have the phrase to talk around or to beat around the bush.
Beat around the bush. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good,
yeah, they beat around the bush. But a Greek can just say perilegi. That's not an actual word. Everybody would kind of snicker when they said it, right? Sure. But they would know exactly what he meant.
No, that's a zombie story. Doesn't happen. Never happen. Won't happen.
Okay. Now, see, I'm not trying to beat you up here, okay? But to say it did not happen, you can't verify it did not. It's a negative, which I can say, how do you know it did not? That's a problem.
I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. I can't know anything for sure.
Are you sure you can't know anything?
Doctor will ask me a question, and then I'll give a good answer, and then the doctor will make it a better answer, which I appreciate. I'm there to learn from him. And then after, when we break off from the doctor, he'll give me a lesson or a teaching point. And it's not, I didn't solicit that type of reaction. Yeah.
Makes you feel comfortable, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is he treating you like a child? Like, what?
Yeah, he is. And then it's anytime that I have an opinion on anything, not even medicine related, it's like, oh, I like this kitchen. Then he's got to give his 2 cents and why it's a better opinion than mine. It's very frustrating.
Doctors are psychopaths. Or they tend to be.
Yeah, a lot of med students can exhibit that type of weird, like, little man syndrome type shit.
It's a position where you have power over other people and you tell other people what to do.
And then the doctor asked a question that's like, what is the only tissue type that's not found in a female teratoma? And the answer was like male tissue. And he said, well, there's a seminoma. And he goes, well, I asked about a teratoma, not a seminoma. And then he kept arguing as to why a seminoma can have like male tissue, or sorry, dysgerminoma. And it just wasn't what the doctor asked. And so he was arguing with him, looking like an ass.
Oh, cringe. That was
I'm
cringe.
just like, it was. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And then there's one time I asked the doctor a question about progesterone-only contraceptive versus the combo pill. And I asked, why do you prefer giving patients the progesterone only when it's very time sensitive? And he said, no, it's actually not time sensitive. So I was like, oh, okay. And I just filed in my brain that he said that. And then after, when the doctor walked away, he was like, yeah, he's retarded for doing that. You're supposed to do combo. And yeah, he didn't say retarded, but he basically...
The attitude, yeah. I can get what you mean. I get exactly what you mean.
Undermining him, right. So the 4th-year medical student knows better than a seasoned physician in his field.
There's probably a reason because of the experiences he's had with his patients why he does that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I haven't had a good experience with medical students working with them. They're either super lazy, arrogant, and cocky, or just jerks.
How about your same level classmates as well?
My what?
The same people in your cohort?
I only met one of them. He was lazy.
Oh, shit.
He'd give me like rides to school and shit. And whenever he saw like a bird in the street, he would like accelerate his car trying to run the bird over. And now he's a doctor.
That's scary.
That's hella antisocial.
Yeah, I think doctors are wacky, man. Not all of them, but like that profession attracts wacky ass people.
Not wrong.
I just stopped by to say hi.
Sure, bro. No, I appreciate you, man. Have yourself a good day. I appreciate you. Jungle, do you have any final words?
Church are relatively chill.
That's it. I'm safe in the woods over here, so
chill, I guess,
I'm
at
not
some
gonna
point.
spread any bacteria or anything.
I also feel bad because I'm supposed to be studying. I'm not supposed to be hanging out with people, but then again, I'm
I
no
thought you were
use
retired.
being
Oh, you just can't help
in my
yourself.
room just doing nothing.
But now I'm an
Not
electrician.
studying anyway.
I work on houses, electrical.
You having fun with that?
Yeah.
Remember, I feel like
I'm
third
a
year is the
electrician's
hardest
helper.
because you have to like study after like a long day.
Well, good luck to you, man. God bless you. All right, quick, PMARS, quickly, what?
All right. See ya.
To be honest,
take
like
care,
OB-GYN
Smokey.
hasn't
Take care,
been
Dave.
that
Bye,
demanding. I've been very fortunate. I have
All right,
half
quick,
days,
PMARS, quickly,
a lot of
what?
days, and
I'm just trolling.
I don't stay later than
Bye,
4:30.
PMARS. Have a good day.
Oh, that's
All
good.
right, guys.
And I don't
Thank you
have to
so
get
much for
there
being a
until
part of the show.
9:30, 10.
Appreciate it. I'm
So I
gonna
have
go
a
get
really
myself
short
a
day,
little
so I have
lunch
a
here.
plethora amount of time to study. I just
That's right. There's chicken salad on the
this
fridge. I'm
is
excited
when
for
it
that.
decides
Absolutely, I'll
to
go deal with that. Okay,
get
guys.
hard
Thank
on
you
me.
so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly
Yeah,
did. Thank you to
sometimes
Ryan, to
even
Presbyterian, for
having
showing
extra
up
time
and
is
going through that with
difficult
us.
as
Very
well.
interesting. A few things to consider. A few things.
Nice blackout. That's a beautiful church.
Is that an Orthodox church?
It is.
Nice.
That's very beautiful. That's a big church.
Oh, is that blackout right now? Oh.
Dang, those are cool icons.
Very Chad that you're sitting front row.
That's amazing.
Who are the people where that boy just walked by in the drawings? Or sorry, in the pictures.
The icons?
Yeah, the icons were above the flowers on the ground.
Above the flowers on the ground. It's too small for me to see.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a very big... I like the Byzantine style.
Yeah, that's huge.
Is that a Christmas tree?
I think so. I think it is. On the left, right?
Yeah. Nice. That's cool that your church has liturgy this late.
I think he muted himself or canceled his audio.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a Christmas tree.
Thank you for showing us. That's cool.
The boys that you saw, they're called altar boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they hold whenever there's the entrance, the great entrance, they hold up like these staffs that have like crosses on them. And they walk ahead of the priest while he's holding the Eucharist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The Eucharist is the goblet of Christ's blood, right?
And body, yeah.
And oh yeah, body. The bread's also in his hand.
The bread's in the cup.
Oh, okay. And also the wine as well.
Yeah. And the wine is diluted with warm water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it also depends by parish because and for us we have bits of bread in the cup and then our priest uses a spoon and takes part of the bread and wine and then he gives us it directly by mouth via his hand through the spoon and everyone uses the same spoon. But I think it varies.
Yeah. With COVID happening, are they still letting people drink from the same goblet?
Yes. Because
Okay.
it's our view that you can't get sick from the Eucharist.
The Eucharist.
Yeah, and if people are truly that paranoid about it, I think it would probably be a sin to think it could get you sick. Then they always have the option to not partake.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fuck. I feel like I should like jump at cheese wire, like to see how bad it will cut me.
It'd be like if you lost your girlfriend to like an autistic dude with a big dick.
And the average person is doing this, or etc. Just like really tricky, manipulatory.
What's the age of consent?
Wait, but Islamophobe would be your cousin. What's going on?
Come on, come on. Divorced, and then I'll fuck her mom, his mom, and then make him a sister, and then wait for
Brother, please stop calling for your micro penis. Please, it's kind of sad.
The micro penis still can make babies. A lot of them. One of them are going to be your new sister. One of them is going to be your new sister, which I'm going to wait for 16 years, and when she becomes of age, I will fuck her as well. So how about that?
Peace
No, I mean,
Islam,
you can marry her. Muslims have issues with like consent in marriages, so.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't want to marry her whore sister.
Great jokes.
Well, I mean, that would be haram, right? Actually, no, never mind.
What if you just smash
Definitely haram. Definitely haram.
Okay, so
well, I mean, sometimes they took captive and rape them.
Is smash and dash haram or is it not haram?
I am amused, by the way. Sid is doing a great job showing his Islamic apologetics.
I mean, there's some nuances there. It depends on whether she's like a female captive or whatnot. I mean, but stuff like that.
I'm not going into all of that. I will just seduce and stuff like that, and
well, I mean, you are Pakistani, right? I mean, yeah, that's like another. Well, I mean, thing that.
I mean, come on, dude. Look at my TP.
Pakistani, more like Paki retarded. If you ask me.
Okay. If you want to judge me on that, Pax, just open my display picture and tell me that I can't be an Egyptian bitch.
You said I love you. Want me to spread my ass on camera?
At least you're a good-looking guy. Yeah, you could make a good groomer with that face. Yeah, sure, why not?
Exactly my point. So Islamophobic, when are you fucking sending me your mom so I can breed her and wait for 16 years?
I'm too broke for that. Send your own money, bitch. Yeah, I mean, you're the one doing the threatening here. Get the balls and the money to do it. You're asking me for money to rape my own mother. That's kind of contradictory.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, dude.
I've already done my job with a 19-inch razor dildo.
Yeah, you can go and suck on Joe Biden's ball, bloody Egyptian.
Yep.
Man, this is going to be like the new reverse.
Faggot a pedophile. That doesn't change that.
Well, I think
Sid, I will say it. Listen, I will never insult your mother. Like, I don't give two shits about your mother. I'm pretty sure she's a nice person. But fuck your book and your prophet.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not nice. I am going to insult your mother. Fuck you and your mom.
Well, I mean, his mom's probably crying or rolling in her grave right now. I don't know.
Hey, Sid, he's a bit of new information, so you can use it to roast me. My father died when I was 9. Please give me your best roast.
Oh man. Oh, he said 9, man. Fuck.
Aw, still fuck you.
You didn't get to rape me as a child. You didn't get to follow the footsteps of Muhammad.
Yo, Pio, what's up, man?
Yeah,
I just said.
Here, I'm gonna spread some love, Pio.
Oh, by the way, Sid, do you remember me? We talked a lot back in the day. It's nice to meet you again.
Oh, hi, Shadia. How you doing? It's not a good day today. We have this Islamophobic guy here, and I'm really, it's 4:30 a.m. right now, and I just am, not in my zone.
You mean you missed the
You're in my zone. You're not in your zone. God damn! How are you going to rape children like your prophet? I'm disappointed.
After I'm done, okay, I'll tell you how I'm going to rape children after fucking your mother and waiting for 16 years.
Dude, do we have to be this savage to each other? Do we really have to?
I mean, he's being really annoying, so I'm not.
See, you can tell who are the people who have not spent a lot of time talking to Muslims over Discord.
My God, this is brutal.
Brother, let him. I want his best time. Said, please insult me. Have all like. If this is gonna make you have a wonderful day, by all means. I'm a masochist. I can take it. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah,
Said, I
the
give you my full
Muslims have always
roast
love
that.
for new flesh on old flesh, right?
What
So
Okay, how many times
they
have
love
you
they love to fuck your mom, but they also have to fuck your 6 years old daughter.
Like Pio's a Jew, by the way, so it's like
You forgot to add the teen, 16. It's like, my personal
That's
favorite.
not the way of the Prophet. The Prophet fucked them when they're 9. You're done doing your halal shit.
Yeah, the thing is, everybody has personal taste. My personal taste is 16.
Pio.
Yes, I love.
Tell them you're a Jew so they can like find some peace and.
Oh
team
yeah,
up
because the Jews are all peaceful and yeah.
No, actually, you see, tonight I'm in the mood of, roasting a fucking Egyptian. So, and since when the Egyptian
Let's
is
walk like an Egyptian.
yeah,
So
the thing
the
is,
Jews are safe tonight
please go
because
on,
it's the Egyptians that are being roasted tonight.
Islamophobic? Are you a
I
Christian
don't care.
or what
I
exactly is the
fucking hate
deal?
this country. Fuck Egypt, said. I'm all in. I'm with you in that. Go
Are
ham,
you
bro.
a Christian?
the thing is, when the
Yeah,
Arab
I'm atheistic and hella retarded. So
okay, the thing is, when the Egyptians and the Israelis fought, the Egyptian general
The
said,
thing is not a thing, it's a thing.
it's really funny.
I don't
He's
have
talking about the generals, like you're talking about Egyptian generals. Of course, they're corrupt. We either have to kiss Islamic dick or tyrannical boots. So
Yeah,
what the fuck do you want from me? I'm not the one making the decisions. Roast
Yeah.
all you want, my guy.
Okay, here's the thing. I really don't want to hear your arguments because fuck you and your mom and your future sister. I'm gonna talk with Pio. The thing is, Pio, when the Arab-Israeli war happened, the general said that today is the day.
You mean like 6,000 years ago?
No. The Arab-Israel war, that war.
Yeah, when the Arabs conquered the world of Israel. Yeah.
No, like in 1961.
When they lost their war.
So it's like Israel pushing back, right?
No. He means the stuff when Egypt was like losing all the stuff and the Muslims are like stupid to conquer Israel by 6 states and they still losing the war. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, the thing is, the Egyptian general said, today is the day of revenge. Today the son of Pharaohs shall take their revenge from the son of Moses. And that is the reason.
Yeah, of course, because the son of Moses was invented. Yeah, of course they couldn't go right. Right? They couldn't
Oh my God, Pio.
Okay,
I mean the Jews invented the shit and we are happy that they are believing
You're disappointing,
in it, right?
Pax.
Okay, you're disappointing even me, and I'm anti-Zionist.
You shouldn't be.
Pio's saying that Jews have fabricated evidence for their history.
You're
Yeah,
licking the
anti-Semitic,
ass of the Jews, right? Because you believe in their religion.
Hey, how hard is it? Life is not that hard. Like, just act normal. Don't be a piece of shit. That's all.
Act
how hard is
normal.
life?
I'm
I mean,
trying.
don't be
I'm
a dick.
really,
Like,
really trying.
how hard is that?
The thing is, I was just trying to, because the topic that started was something that is I'm personally invested in. So I stayed to, clarify what is going on.
Well, I wasn't even here. I was just commenting.
Why are you always angry?
No, with Islamophobic, I was just insulting him because fuck him.
Like I've been in and out of this channel for 3 times now, and every time I come,
You should be now.
angry.
Go on.
Just
Go
really
away.
angry about
Just
something.
go away.
Jesus is so calm and chill. He's never angry. I love Jesus.
Jesus is Lord Vader, right?
I'm calm and collected when there's an actual discussion happening. Sophie would be, will vouch me on that. I do appreciate good conversations, but when
Yeah.
somebody's just trying to be trolling, I will fuck their mom, make them a sister, wait for 16 years,
Holy
fuck
moly.
them. So yeah,
Well,
that's
I've said
Holy
worse,
moly.
man. I should be saying like, come on, guys, like get along, Egyptian and Sid, whatever. But I've said worse. I've said worse.
I would have not said that. I don't personally have a lot of problems with Egyptians, but he said that he's an Egyptian, so that just gave me a
Egyptians
trigger here.
are the reason why you still exist.
CPO, hey, you brought peace, man. Good.
Yeah, dude, I'm from Pakistan. We got no link with
Oh,
Egyptians.
don't tell us that.
Why?
Because it's not a good source to tell us.
No,
I mean, all the Pakistanis are just murderers and suicide bombers.
Yeah, the thing is, I am one of the people who are instigating or trying to, forcing death upon at least 19 people in this month. So I don't give a damn.
You're a murderer?
You should give 21. Then you'll be in the circle.
No,
wait a second. Did this guy just say that he wants to kill 19 people?
Oh my god,
No,
man!
he
You
didn't
don't
say
you don't take every fucking comment over the internet seriously, right? It's like
No, I didn't say I was taking it seriously.
No, I meant to say that in a context. There was a crime that happened. It's on the national news. It happened in my city, and it happened to.
So you are the one who was burning his body? Are you telling me that? This is the newest thing from your
No, I
country.
was not.
Oh, so you mean you want to have
they are
justice?
taking like selfies from.
Yeah, I know that. We are arresting those people. When that happened, I was at the meeting with the president of the Chamber
That's a
of
different
Commerce.
story altogether then.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell. That I am one of the people who are
I thought you were
forcing.
saying you're a murderer.
No, I'm saying that these motherfuckers are gonna be dead. Who did that?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
in that case, I mean, as long as it's done legally, that's different.
Oh, definitely legally. We are a mercantile. I mean, I'm not
You're going
going
to murder them legally.
No, not personally. I'm just making sure that the government.
Wait, you wouldn't do it personally?
Well, if given the chance under the legal circumstances, I would, but I don't think that I will get that.
I mean,
yeah,
honestly, man, like if you're like trying to reform certain stuff within the community, I mean, power to you. But
No, come on. Here's a Pakistani. He looks like
Pakistan needs a lot of reformers, man. I mean, honestly, but whatever.
I didn't even know Pakistan was still a country.
Well, fuck you, B3.
I mean, they're like.
No, it was a legitimate
They're
question. Is
like
Pakistan a legitimate
but they're
country?
like not India.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is one of the strongest.
According to who?
It's definitely
According
a
to
country.
who?
Never mind.
According to our nuclear fucking bomb.
Oh, you don't have that.
Do you guys have like? Do you still have 5 nukes, or do you make more nukes?
No,
we
it's
have
like
almost.
They are trying to buy it from Germany, and we are the people who are saying no.
We make our own nuclear bombs. We are the 7th nuclear power.
But how many bombs do you have now?
Almost 400.
Oh, they think
of nuclear
also Muhammad Ali was a bomb.
No, that was a figure of speech.
You probably don't need more than 400 nuclear bombs.
Yeah, we actually kind of don't need more than 300 because the policy is first strike policy, and it's an all-out policy. We will destroy Israel, India, a few other countries, and America. We need like 350. 50 more that we have developed. They're just a SAS. Like we'll destroy Israel 2 times. Just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
Twice,
why not 5 times?
Because I don't think that we have that many.
Exactly. So
you don't want to waste them because you have India to worry about.
Yeah, the thing is the Pakistani nuclear policy is not one of survival. It's one of understanding that we will be mutually assuring destruction. but Pakistan is also realizing that there are 56 other Islamic countries. There's
You have
only
just
one.
3 cows. How can you survive that?
We are not planning to. The Pakistani
I
nuclear
would only
policy.
destroy Israel 3 times because I would want to keep my nuclear weapons fresh. You know?
Yeah, the Pakistani nuclear policy does not include surviving.
You only destroy Israel twice.
India. And
Everybody wants to destroy Israel, but everybody's buying the mobile phones from them, right?
I'm just
I
telling
wouldn't
you,
destroy them more than 2 times because then
guys.
you will run out of nuclear weapons to destroy India.
No, we have more, almost 400 nuclear bombs.
Does Iron Dome work against nukes?
I don't think we have.
Only about
No, my personal
against
opinion is you guys shouldn't be
Palestinians.
allowed to have any fucking nukes. You're obviously out of your fucking minds.
Yeah, the thing is, nuclear bombs are like nuclear bombs. The diameter is still going
No,
to
my
be.
feeling is that the British Empire should recontrol your country and take your bombs away.
Damn.
Yeah, well, my idea is that they can fucking try.
I know. That's I'm saying. You guys are fucking nuts. You shouldn't be allowed to have any nukes.
But they cannot fucking try because you don't have enough women.
So, like we tolerate a Jewish ethno state having nukes. I mean, come on, man.
I don't think Israel should have nukes either. I wouldn't let any of these nut jobs have nukes.
Anyways,
Come on.
guys,
we are paid by Trump to have the nukes.
Anyways, we have.
I mean, Sophia would not allow Israel to have nukes. She's a giant anti-Semite.
What?
Okay,
What?
guys, do we have any serious questions left? Because I really should go to sleep.
Yeah, let's go with the cows. Let's go with the cows.
Well, the final thing, if you can't stay too long, is just that I don't think that
Now
these people that you're calling the so-called lower classes, I don't think that that they're shit people at heart or whatever.
The first thing, 18 years old Sophia, do you think that there's a religion which will consider you as a thinking being?
So I'm not sure what the question is for, but
No.
I think what he probably means is given that you're a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what does I'm not sure what the question is for because I
think what he was saying was that they're a religion that considers women to be thinking people.
Yeah, and
what does it have to do with religion? I don't understand what you're saying, Pio. Do you
Well,
take
most
me to be a
religions
religious
consider
person?
women to be,
but B3.
animals.
So listen. So one of the solutions that I was offering to Sid, right, is that look. So I don't think that these so-called lower class people are shit people like Sid is saying. I think that, like I said, one possible strategy to prevent these kinds of things from happening again and making people the thing that started this whole conversation off, which is someone posted a commentary, a YouTube clip about a recent event that happened in Pakistan.
What the Bible is teaching us is that women should remain quiet and not teach men what to think.
Look, Pio. So I don't follow any particular religion. I'm a philosopher, and we're in the Agora. But this
That's why I'm
time,
teaching you.
Hypatia is not gonna get killed by the Christians. So fuck you. But anyway, I was saying that
you want to fuck me? Can I have? What's your number, please? Because
now, I'll give you a sugar if you behave.
I don't have so many offers, so I will go with that.
There's nothing more cute than when Sophie gets angry and says like, "I kill you."
I mean, but yeah, what like Pio's comments? What does that have to do with like the issue? Like,
yeah,
right? Okay.
Yeah. So I was saying that I think that there's a different strategy that we might employ to prevent these kinds of situations from happening again. And one, I think one strategy is to spread atheism among the lower classes that Sid is talking about, and then two is to improve the quality and quantity of public education in Pakistan and in nearby areas.
Atheism is terrible.
and three, to change the laws to increase the socio-political and economic rights of women, because
Why
this is going
should
to reduce.
that?
This is going to reduce.
Seems like to me,
Hold on, let
the
me
only
finish.
thing that keeps the huh?
Let me
What?
finish. This is
No,
this is
what?
going to
What?
reduce.
Where?
This is going to reduce
No,
birth
no.
rates, and
You know
in the long term view, reducing the birth rates is
I'm
going
for
to
the
have
higher classes.
beneficial effect that Sid D is looking for. That's going to help these so-called lower class people actually
Yeah, but
behave
the
better
only
and be
thing
more
that-
virtuous.
Yeah,
and
who
I think
cares
that's
about
the
that?
solution.
the only thing that keeps lower class people from being just animals is religion.
Okay, here's the thing, Sophie. I think that the VC right now is going to the shitstorm side, so we'll carry on the discussion.
Yeah, go away, but
Good
go
night,
with
Sid.
it.
This guy was saying something.
So, Sophie, why you want to influence only the lower class? Why don't influence the higher class?
Well, no, it was because Sid was specifically saying that the problem isn't Islam. The problem is the lower classes, and that's why he was saying that today, instead of being a misogynist, he's going to be a classist and say that the problem is really the lower classes and they're just shit people. And then he was saying that, things like education,
I
changing the
love when
laws.
women are trusting in the stuff what men are saying. I'm not interested in your answer at all.
Oh, wait, so you just take a bunch of fucking retards called lower class people and then you make them atheists. You think that's
Yeah.
gonna improve them?
Yeah, I think so, because then what you have, well, listen, so what you have is when you don't have irrational thinking, I think presumably you can emphasize rational decision making, and it's this irrational
unlikely.
decision making that is invoked
Sophie,
by
you know
religion
that your
that is
brain
having
contains
That was
just
the dumbest thing I've
having
ever
this
heard.
kind of
one
effect.
third of the
No,
brain
actually,
cells
like,
that men have.
well, look, I'm gonna quote Plato to you, right?
What? So
Plato.
No, don't do
Yeah,
it
but
because
Plato
you
was a
don't
dumbass.
understand it.
Wait, Sophie, what?
What?
So Sophie, the thing is this, and as an atheist
Atheists are quite stupid.
who
Yo, what
was
were
a
you saying, Trini?
as an atheist who was a Christian, I think that's a
Well,
bad.
yeah.
There's a lot of, sadly to say,
Yeah, that's
there
talking
are
is
certain
law.
things in religion, for instance, deferred gratification. There's things in religion that, in that transition from being uncivilized to being civilized, where you can think and have a moral
I
code.
love it that when he
You
needs more
need
time to
Yeah,
find a
but
word
like if
than
you
me.
ask
Well,
Trini
let him
directly, he
speak.
said he wants to kill.
Can I-
Trini says he wants to kill all white people. Like he's crazy.
Well, hold on. Let Trini finish. What were you saying,
That's
Trini?
I
basically
was just telling you what Trini believes.
yeah, you need a transition. You need something to transition people, and there are like forms of religion
This
that
transition
are.
has to do something with that Trinity.
Trini, let's be honest. You want to kill all white people.
Because it still
Jesus,
has
man. Ad hoc fallacy. Mwah.
it
Well, it's
has
not
something
fallacy,
still
you
to
know.
do with
All right,
trans,
it's his
right?
view.
So
Kill
I'm
all
saying
white
that
people.
all the black people are trans.
Well, hold on.
I don't understand.
I want to
Trini
let
wants to
Trini finish.
murder all white people.
Wait, B3.
Like, well, what does that have to do with the issue? It could be like the meanest
Well, you're saying
Hebrew Israelite.
atheists
So
are
what?
rational, but he wants to
It's like,
murder all.
look,
No,
honestly,
hold
shut the
on.
fuck up, white boy. Trini's a fucking king, man. Yeah, anyway,
Yeah,
Trini.
Well, I
continue.
love Trini. I don't have any
Yeah,
problem with
finish.
Trini.
I want to
just
hear
know he
Trini
wants to
speak. Can you let
murder
him finish,
all
please?
white people.
Let him finish. Stop interrupting.
All I'm saying is there is a transition period. That there are forms of religion that are compatible.
Period? You have a period?
That's
Let him finish, Pio, please.
I'm
He
sorry.
does have a period.
yeah. Anyway, this is
Yeah.
so basically there are forms of religion.
Yeah, period or trans, you know it. Right?
Damn, Pio.
I'm sorry.
Please let Trini finish.
I would like to hear Trini talk.
Anyway, yeah, so there's a transition that you can't just jump
Well,
from
yeah.
on education
I'm with you. Transitions are God.
to just a situation where you have to make up your own moral code. There needs to be something in between. I think religion can fill that gap, but in certain forms, a very benign form.
Yeah, but Trini,
Yeah.
don't you Huh? But Trini, don't you want to murder all white people?
Yeah, yes, I do. I want to murder all white people. That's
what the heck?
Okay, what else? What else?
As
Not-
long as we're clear on that subject, like, you know.
Well, there's no such thing as white people, so that means that nobody can be murdered.
So then that means Trini is irrational because she wants to murder of people that don't exist.
Okay.
There are no people. Yeah, he's right. There are no white people.
He
They are
wants to
pink.
murder a non-existent group of people.
Yeah. First of all, there are only pink people.
Do you
And
want to kill
the
all white
second-
people, or do you think there are no white people and you want to kill a non-existent people?
I want to kill all pink people.
Oh.
And the second thing is,
So you have murderous desires.
It was prophesied that black people taken by the ships to the whatever land, right? So you want to punish
Are there black
the
people?
prophecy of God, which the white people cannot do. No, the pink people cannot do anything against it, right? Because they did.
You should say brown
just-
people, not black people.
Are we allowed to say the N-word in here?
No.
The black people didn't even exist. That's the fun of it, right?
Well, no. The point is that Trini is an atheist, but he wants to murder entire people, whether they exist or don't exist. Either way is irrational.
The question is this: do you want to be murdered, B3? It seems like you're fascinated with murder. Do you want me to murder you? Is that what you want?
Why is it
Is-
irrational?
You want to murder me?
Why is it irrational to murder a group of people?
Projecting.
Why is that irrational, B3?
Well, I never said it was irrational.
You just said it was irrational.
Well, is it irrational?
No, it's not. But you said it.
He wants to murder and he wants to commit genocide?
Yeah. I think that's fucking very rational.
And if you want it, you have to be a god.
Moly.
I was just thinking about
Well,
killing you while I was taking a piss.
You know, I'm not the authority. I'm
I
not
was
the authority on
imagining,
what's rational and not. Like, I don't have
corpse
genocidal desires. If
and
Trini
me
has
standing
genocidal
over it with a
desires,
baseball bat, and I'm just caving in your fucking skull.
Well, I don't know about all that. I just know that, like,
don't
you
tell
know,
us about
whether
your
it's
sexual
rational or
preference.
not, like, Trini wants to murder an entire group of people based on
Yes,
their skin
and they
color.
deserve to die.
Hey, Mars.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not the authority on what's rational in that. I'm just pointing out.
Pimas is here.
sure you are.
Shout out to
Murder
Pimas, right?
group of people.
The most white boy I know.
Are you finished, B3? Are you finished?
As long as we're clear on your genocidal intentions.
If you read the Bible, it says all people deserve to die.
I don't know much about the Bible.
You've been doing stuff for a long, long time, man.
The point is that Trini is an atheist and he wants to murder an entire group of people.
That's
So what?
Pimas is right. Yeah, all these black people should have died.
The whole point in contention was whether, like, making people atheists makes them, like, better people. This
I think
guy's
so.
genocidal.
I don't have a
God
particular
fucking
religion.
flooded the planet. Do you think God is a shit person?
I don't know about all that, but I know.
Oh,
that Trini
dude,
wants to
I'm
commit
dumb. I'm a dumb idiot.
Like, B3, are you being funny, man? Because you know, you said that in response to
No,
Sophie,
I mean,
and
Trini
it
just
was
said
like
himself he wants
like
to commit
a non sequitur, man. So like, what's your angle? You trying to annoy people?
Oh,
and
no,
you
like
gonna be funny,
the
or
whole
what?
idea was that, like, the whole idea that Sophie had was that if you make working class people atheists, they're like, going to be improved. But Trini is a working class man, and he wants to commit genocide.
Know your role.
Yes, you are.
Your God committed genocide, you idiot. By your own standard, your God is evil, you fucking retards. You realize what you're saying?
Aren't you a Christian?
Yes! I'm a motherfucking Christian! You're a bitch-ass Christian!
Wait, so you're a motherfucking Christian? And I'm
Yes.
a bitch-ass
You're a bitch Christian!
What's the difference there?
Bitch, bitch, bitch! That's B3. It stands for bitch, bitch, bitch. That's what you are! Bitch Christian!
Are you insane?
Yes!
All right, then.
Isn't that
As long as
But
you
I'm-
believe you're insane.
But I'm not fucking wrong, am I? Am I wrong, though? No!
Well, no, you said you're insane.
I'm absolutely correct! I'm 100% fucking correct, motherfucker!
Oh, you said you're insane, right?
Yes. That doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Well,
doesn't mean
no,
I'm fucking
I'm
wrong.
not saying
Everything I said is
you admit
true.
You're insane.
So what?
No, I wasn't saying anything about whether you're right or right. You say you're insane.
Good God.
Well, look, Trini, I get the point that religion has its benefits, or at least it can, and I agree with you that it can. But I'm just saying that,
What's
if
up, Nelson?
religion is making people act
Shut
viciously,
up, Sophie. Unmute Nelson.
I'm just saying what's up, man.
What's up, bro? P. Mars admitted he's insane.
Everyone knows I'm insane.
damn, V3, you told me
And
to shut up
also,
so you
Trini
could
admitted,
talk
Trini
about
admitted
P.
he's
Mars's insanity.
genocidal.
So he wants shut up, Sophie, so I can gossip.
B3 does a lot of fucking derailing, man. A lot of derailing. Oof.
No, Trini admitted he's genocidal, and P. Mars admitted he's insane.
What do I want to do? B3.
Fuck's sake, dude.
But I, honestly, man, like, is there anybody else laughing? Like,
Don't be quiet now. Tell Nelson what you
Well,
want.
I'm laughing.
B3, tell Nelson what I want to do.
Yeah, what do you want to do, Beether?
Trini says he wants to murder all pink people.
White people.
Well, you said pink.
I said both.
I thought he said pig. I thought he said pig.
You want to murder all white and pink people, then?
Right. Go on. What?
Pig people.
You're a genocidal maniac, and P. Mars is admittedly insane.
So, just because somebody's genocidal, does that make them a maniac?
I never said you were a maniac.
So
I
you
said
said
you
I'm
were
a
genocidal.
genocidal maniac, right? Is that?
Well, I may have said maniac. I take it back. You're just genocidal.
Okay, so you get it. That's now you get it off your chest. Everybody knows that I want to kill all white people. Mission
All right.
accomplished. What's
I was
next?
just making sure everyone understood that, because the whole point that Sophie was trying to make was that, like, if you make working class people atheists, they'd be normal. But you're a genocidal maniac.
So this is literally.
I said that if you eliminate irrationality from like the toolbox of certain people, right?
Yeah, but
who-
atheists are inherently irrational.
Well, then you can promote rational decision making, and I
Yeah,
don't
that's
mean
why
this for
you-
everyone. I
that's
just
what I
mean
mean.
that
Rational
I just mean that the people for whom irrational thinking would produce
check.
viciousness rather than virtue.
No, I'm saying, like, if you're rational, then you're a theist. If you're irrational, you're a maniac, like Trini, or a genocidal maniac, or like P. Mars is a theistic maniac.
So I'm not a Catholic, right? So I'm not a Catholic.
Are you being serious right now, man? There's like better responses to what Sophie said.
Catholic
I mean,
has committed genocide. But guess what?
I mean, Sophie's got
I
to
would
keep
deal with
circling
those better
because
responses
B3
once
keeps
we
fucking
get rid of
interrupting.
once we get rid of the
It's
genocidal
irrelevant.
maniac and the other maniac, we could talk about the more
So
serious
what about
suggestions.
rape?
I
What
mean,
about
but
child-
Sophie, why do you think like making these people
what about-
atheists would like improve a lot of them or most of them?
Because he's a Catholic. Is B3 a child rapist? Does he bugger little boys in their anus because he's a Catholic? It's
Well,
all-
even if I did, I'm not genocidal.
No, but that's genocide in little kids' butts, right?
Right, you can't genocide children's butts. That doesn't even make sense.
Yes, you can.
It's this
I
conversation.
mean, like, you don't kill a person by fucking their ass.
Guess what? You still go to that.
Honestly, man, Sophie is a good fucking host.
Yeah.
No, but
so-
Trini is making a fundamental error here. He's assuming that even if I were to be like,
Bro, honestly, this is
then
like a
I'm-
troll conversation, man. Like, if you're gonna
but
pretend
like,
that it's a
absolutely
serious
is.
conversation,
Like, why can't I take B3? Like, why can't I
shame on you.
This is ridiculous.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't genocide about destroying
I have
a
to state
culture
at the outset,
and not about like
I mean,
murdering?
it's okay to fucking troll, man.
Do you not like
I
pick
don't
up
rape
on, like,
people.
oh my god.
I'm not a rapist, but
would know
even
he's a
if I
troll.
were, I would not be genocidal. Whereas Trini is genocidal.
Oh my god. Shut the fuck up, you
I guess
troll.
I'm a little bit
Stop,
more.
like-
I guess I'm a little bit more lenient in the. I guess I'm a little more lenient in the Stoa
God.
because it is the marketplace. So
No, Sophie,
wanted to hear
how
what
is
you
it
were
my
saying,
fault?
Sophie.
How on earth is it my fault that Trini admits he's a genocidal maniac?
I don't know.
I can't imagine how that's my fault.
Oh my God.
B3, you know this is very transparent, right? You know, everybody knows what's going
And
on.
P. Mars admits he's insane.
The fucking Jews invented this. This word genocide.
I can hardly imagine how it's my fault that Trini admits he's genocidal, and P. Mars admits he's
He's
insane.
laughing. He's literally laughing. He can't even get through it without
Dude,
laughing. And
the goddamn Zionist Jews invented that genocide word. It's fucking bullshit word.
But Trini admits he wants to kill all
It didn't
people who have
exist
a
before
pink
World
tongue.
War II.
I mean, I don't care about the term. Like Trini says he wants to murder everyone who's pink.
Oh my God, man! Shut up, B3. Like if you're gonna troll, I mean, be fucking funny about it, right?
What troll?
I got a death before a phone call. I'll be right
It's
back.
like
Y'all keep it going.
It's a drunk thing where they repeat themselves over and over again. Like he probably doesn't know.
I'm really
he said
confused
that
here. Like,
20
is
times.
it me or is it Trini who said he wants to murder all pink people?
Say Matt,
How
but
many
that
times
was
did he
like
say it?
completely fucking irrelevant to the conversation, right? Like,
And also, P. Mars says that he is insane.
but it's like fucking Discord, man. It's like, okay, you're gonna be a fucking bitch about everyone with like awful views. Okay, I mean, you might as well fucking log out or whatever.
Oh look,
it's like
it's not me. Like if somebody asked me if I'm
You might as
genocidal
well
or if I'm
log
insane,
out.
I would say no. These people say
like,
yes.
you know, I mean, plenty of fucking like people every fucking day, man, who think it's okay to cut
No, I
genitals of fucking
understand.
babies, right?
I agree
So,
with
like,
you.
you know what? So what? It's whatever. You know, they have a right to their
But
opinion.
it's like if somebody said to me, "Are you genocidal or are you insane?" I would say no. Like these guys say yes.
Look, man, if P. Mars is insane and he admits to his fucking mental health, like, you know, power to him, right? You know,
crazy.
you know, it's like you know, that's like a good step towards.
Well, I don't
like,
know
a
why you're
healing or
blaming
whatever.
me that P. Mars says he's insane.
See, but when you brought it up, bro, I mean, you know, it's okay if you're trolling.
my
if
God,
you're being,
you know what,
No, but,
Pax,
like,
I
I'm
hate
not
you
the
now
one who
equally.
told him to say he's
Or keep
like,
bringing
if
this
you're being
going.
serious when you said that, man, like, shame on you, because that was like a total ad hom. But
Yeah, because like if somebody asked me, "Are you insane?" I'd say, "Hell no, I'm sane."
I mean, so what if he's crazy, man? I mean,
Well, I don't have any problem with crazy people.
yeah, I mean,
As long as we
I was
understand
diagnosed
this
with like narcissism, so you know, so what?
Yeah, you
It's
got
like,
problems
it doesn't
too,
mean
but,
I can't reason. It
Trini is
doesn't
a
mean I
genocidal
can't have it.
maniac, and P. Mars is insane. So as long as we have that established, we can move on with the conversation.
I mean, P. Bar is obviously crazy, man. Well, I mean, I first ran
Yeah,
this
he
guy
says
like
he's
4 years ago.
And Trini says he's a genocidal maniac. So anyway, yeah, as long as we have those things established as boundary conditions to the discussion, we can move on.
Aren't you using alcohol to treat your mental illness?
Well, perhaps I am an alcoholic,
Say,
but I'm not a
man.
genocidal maniac or an insane person.
I mean, alcoholism is kind of like a. I mean, would it be considered a mental disorder or whatever?
It's fairly a minor condition compared to genocidal mania and insanity.
Well, at least Trini
This is the one-
Trini is killing other people. You're killing yourself. Which is more rational?
This
I don't know. That's a very interesting
Christ,
question.
man. Oh,
I'm
P.
not
Mars.
sure. I mean, I'll probably survive for the next 30 years, even if I continue to drink. But like, Trini says he's a genocidal maniac. P. says he's insane. I don't know what to do with that. Like, we could just move on with the conversation as long as we.
Yeah,
accept
okay,
those
Harlequin, man. What do you want to talk about? You know.
What the fuck is this?
I don't give a shit. I'm just laughing because he's literally laughing his ass off at all of us. And
Of course, I'm laughing. It's
Getting it up the
crazy.
ass.
Who would admit
I mean,
that
there's been
genocidal
like
maniac and insane?
7
Like, who
fucking
would say
people
that?
derailing conversations, like, you know, today.
It is not my fault that these people admitted that they're genocidal maniacs and insane. How is that my fault?
Oh my God, B3. We've talked to fucking alt-writers with the
All
Godless
right,
Girl
let's
crowd
move
before,
on.
right?
Like,
It's like,
as long as you accept the fact that
man,
have a
you know, I've
genocidal maniac
talked
in
to
here
a couple
and an
Hebrew
insane
Israelites in my
person,
Discord
self-admittedly,
career.
and we could easily move on with the discussion.
somebody please make a soundboard out of this. Like, I want to like call into a call-in show and just use B3's like recordings just to piss.
Well, sadly,
People off.
recording
How is it my fault
not
that
permitted
how
in
is it?
here, but
I'm still not under. Sophie, tell me if I'm crazy. Like, how is it my fault that P. Mars admitted he's insane, and Trini admitted he's a genocidal maniac. How is that my fault?
Look,
Why am I getting
you're
blamed for
obviously not the cause of this stuff. Duh. Like,
Being an accident now, I feel like the accident wasn't there before.
Why are you
and now it
attacking
is.
me? Like, just let it be. Let's move on.
Oh, man.
How is this my fault?
Okay. You said let's move on. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, there's like a twang on it now.
Should I respond to you, Trini?
Yeah, this is just the worst case of level setting I've ever seen. It's the textbook narcissism. It's the worst case, If you guys Google level setting as a narcissistic tactic, you'll see this in one of those psych textbooks. Classic case. It's
You
interesting
admitted that you're a genocidal maniac. How is that my fault?
because I don't argue with drunk, stupid people. So whatever
Right,
you
so
say.
you're not actually a genocidal maniac. You just said it because I'm drunk.
But whatever. Okay, anyway, so yeah, this is what's called level setting.
What?
When superior to you, you
Trying
try
to
to
figure out what's happening here. Like,
front of
what
other
is what does my drinking alcohol have to do with you saying I'm a genocidal maniac?
So guys, this is what it's called, level setting. So they want to set the
Level
level of conversation or your interaction with someone else. So they make up a characteristic and they try to tag that onto the person. It's called level setting.
Now we're talking about
It's hardly my fault that you said you want to kill all white people.
We're talking about your narcissistic personality disorder now. That's the topic, B3.
If Trini wants to
B3
take
definitely
back-
has narcissistic traits, right? Like he does a lot of attention-seeking stuff for the internet. I mean, that's for sure.
So if Trini wants to
I mean,
take back-
some conversation tactics that he uses are pretty narcissistic. I mean, not as bad as Darth
So
Dawkins,
if
He doesn't have a
if Tr-
personality
if Trini-
disorder.
If
B3 has
Trini, if
MPD.
Trini wants to take back the statement that he's a genocidal
All of us are
maniac,
like
I'm
social
perfectly happy
media.
to have
Social
to take
media
that back.
makes us all narcissistic to a certain extent, but like B3,
Well, I
has-
don't consider myself.
B3 has
narcissistic.
narcissistic personality
there's a
disorder.
difference between-
It's like a different thing than just being a narcissist.
We can talk about any topic. I'm happy to talk about.
Well, you can have
philosophy,
narcissistic
science,
traits that have
religion,
personality disorder, man. But
I'm open to any topic. It's
Right.
not my fault that
Wait,
Trini
wait.
said he's a
Hold on.
genocidal maniac.
Agathos, okay, what?
I just wanted to contribute like a very small thing. Like it's possible to click on someone and set his volume like low, for example, B33, so you can have a discussion.
Yeah, but that would be disruptive to the general conversation.
no, it wouldn't disrupt with general
It
conversation.
would be much better. It's much better to ban a person.
Right, well,
outright.
okay, Sophie, you like philosophy, religion, you like epistemology, or whatever. We should talk about Sophie.
Well,
Sophie, did I do something wrong here? Is it my fault that Trini said he's a genocidal
Okay, see,
maniac?
honestly,
Jesus
Trini had a point. Yeah, that's like a narcissistic thing to do. It's like, oh, what did I do wrong? Okay, shut the fuck up, you fucking
No,
gaslighter.
but like we could talk about religion, science.
See, man, you
we
try to
could talk about all
gaslight me,
types of topics.
I'll gaslight you
I'm
right
telling
back.
you, he has
No, we can talk
narcissistic
about any
personality
kind of
disorder.
topic. I don't know why I'm being accused
Like,
of
straight up NPD, dude. It's like
B3, do you see what I did? I turned your whole strategy against you, you idiot.
I don't know what you mean.
I know you don't know what I mean. It went over your head, you moron. This is how it works.
Well, perhaps it did. Perhaps I'm a very slow person.
Yeah, I know you're.
Sophie.
Guess what? Don't do this.
So suppose,
You're gonna
let's suppose I'm a very slow person. What did you put over my head?
It's literally over. It's
What?
done. This
What did
conversation is.
What did you put over my head, considering the fact that I'm very slow?
I could respond to you, Trini, what you said about religion. You said that religion, people might need religion as like a transition between like, from the lower classes to so-called lower classes. I mean, I was using Sid's language, but I don't actually think that like these are,
Friedrich
I don't
Nietzsche
think
would
Trini
say
was
that,
talking
like,
about
once
classism.
you abandon religion, you're in big trouble. Well, it's not like you transition from religion to something higher. You transition from something lower to religion, and then you transition to nihilism.
Well, so the problem, right, is that the religious talk is going to confuse people, and that's the problem, right? It makes people, so certain kinds of people, whatever class they are, that's not the issue for me. I was just going off of what Sid was saying. He was calling these people low class people, but
Well, nobody ever accused Sid of being intelligent.
well, anyway, but if let's say there's certain people who are unable to distinguish properly between allegory and non-allegory. So regardless of their age or background or education or their religion or their social class or whatever.
Religion is true.
Well, the problem is that certain kinds of mythical accounts, and usually this is like God stories, right? Stories about the gods, whether it's plural or the singular. The problem is that the people who are unable to distinguish between allegory and not get confused when
They're
they hear.
still better off. They're still better off.
Well, from the but from the perspective of virtue ethics, they're not better off. B3. I'm saying that this confusion makes them behave badly, and it's bad for their soul. It's bad for their friends, and they're harming other people, and that's bad for their soul. So that's the problem. That they're engaging. Look, they're engaging in behaviors that make them become bad. Like they're the source of bad, and that's not good for the. That's not good for the person as an individual.
No,
right?
but if
you're gonna do things that you don't like. If you were clear.
If you told these stupid people that there are no gods, it'd be even worse than they were when they believed in the allegory.
Well, so when in order to wield power, you have to practice using it, and freedom is one of those things. So you can't just say, look, I gave a 5-year-old a loaded gun, and now they're just like, they shot a bunch of their friends dead. So now, like, guns are bad or something like that. You have to have a certain background before you're able to exercise your powers or your freedoms in a particular way.
What is the truth? Hang on, Sophie. So let me ask you, what is the truth that somebody's going to believe as an atheist is going to make them virtuous in opposition to believing in myths? Like, what is the truth?
Well, so the truth is... Yeah, go ahead.
Trini, nobody asked your dumb ass. Shut the fuck up, you genocidal maniac. I'm asking Sophie.
I'm talking anyway. Nobody's
Listen, jackass, I asked Sophie a question. Shut the fuck up.
Now you realize how stupid you are.
Shut the fuck up. I asked Sophie a question.
I already answered the question.
Shut your stupid fucking
Trini,
mouth.
what is the way? What is the way, Trini?
Why is this Jamaican idiot talking over Sophie?
Do you realize he was embarrassed, so now he turns to
Shut your fucking mouth. I asked Sophie a question. Nobody asked you to talk.
Come shut it for me. Come shut it for me. I'll snap your neck. Come shut it for me.
You
Garrett muted.
I'm gonna mute you just for now. You go ahead, and then I'm gonna unmute him.
Oh, he left.
Good. God. First of all, I don't want to kill all white people. That's BS that B3 just made up. It's called level setting. So this is a new environment, so he wants to poison all of you against me to set that as the baseline. So anytime you talk to me, you think I'm just racist. This is what he was doing. It's narcissistic. Because he is intimidated by a black person being smarter than him. It's as simple as that.
Just so you guys are warned, Garrett is a much more strict mod than I am.
Well done, Garrett.
Just letting you know.
Yeah,
in case you're thinking about it.
I would rather we actually have civil discussions here, rather than just useless shouting matches, especially shouting over people. No, if I'm here, you're not shouting over other people.
I don't know if you were when he was going on about I wanting to kill all white people and all of that BS.
Garrett is a tyrant. Fuck you, Garrett.
But
but only with my permission. I will only let you fuck me with my permission.
No, I wasn't talking about sex. I was saying,
can I join the fucking, please?
I was kind of telling you to screw off,
So that was one of the things. The concept of a savior coming to save you, I think, is problematic, in my humble opinion.
Garrett is a mild mod. You guys have no idea.
What are your reasons? What are your reasons for believing that these people would behave better or have like better morals if they switch to atheism over their current religion, whatever?
I think religious people would be better off their religions because, funnily enough, it's written in plain text to do bad things. So unless you're a moron who cannot use deductive reasoning and logic, then you should stop following that shit.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we're talking again about the Muslims in Pakistan who went after that blasphemer guy who took down a poster or whatever. And Sophie's saying that if these people from Pakistan, whatever, these like poor people, they became atheists instead, that they would be like better behaved, more civil, whatever.
Not really. Atheism is just a belief. But the thing is, it's better be a bad atheist than a bad religious person, because at least in atheism, you're just not like, spreading a disease of a religion. You're just not holding a book and being like, this book is the one true thing. Fuck of you, this is the one true thing, I can't put it properly.
So Sophie, are you gonna respond, or are you busy? Okay.
Who is Garrett? Who is Garrett?
I am Garrett.
Garrett is.
Right, Garrett. Don't mute people who are talking.
I am going to mute you whenever I damn well please. If
Do
you're
not
breaking
mute
the
me
rules.
again.
If you're breaking the rules,
obviously you're
I will
retarded
mute
and
you.
shouldn't be here.
And you know what? If you keep over talking me right now, I will mute you again because you clearly.
Well, you shouldn't be able to mute anybody because you're a.
Oh man, Garrett.
There you go. You see what happens
on.
when you
Garrett.
overtalk people and you
Garrett.
break the rules.
Please.
Sorry, Sophie. What was that?
I mean, it's the marketplace, but just like, I mean, to be fair though, he was B3 was he was talking to me, and then other people kind of jumped in, and B3 wanted to engage with me,
That is
and maybe
not
that
what
was why.
happened.
Well, let's step back.
Oh my God.
B3 constantly jumped in.
No, I mean, whatever. B3 acts like a faggot, or sorry, my bad. He interrupts a lot. But yeah. So, Sophie, what are your reasons though?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I was
Like you think if these people switched over from Islam to like atheism, they'd have better morals, they'd be more civil, that kind of stuff. Why?
Because I think that you're going to, at least for the people that are unable to distinguish between allegory and non-allegory. So this wouldn't apply to people who can make the proper distinctions, right? They're obviously going to take the religious talk, think about it in terms of like metaphor or whatever that they need to do, and get the good stuff out of it, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with the benefits that religion can bring. I'll unmute you in just after I finish this B3. But I guess the issue is that the people that do get confused when they hear the religious stories, and so I'm saying that it's the religious stories that insert a kind of irrational content to their decision-making process. So if we eliminated that, then we can emphasize the rational decision-making process. And it's fine if, internally speaking, they're not able to be paradigms of, morality or anything like that. I think it's sufficient that they're able to, engage in rational decision making. And if the laws are such that they understand that, if you kill a person without some good reason or whatever, if you steal this or that, whatever, then there's going to be, you're going to get a timeout or whatever. They're going to get slapped with a fine or something. And if that's enough to keep people behaving at least decently, then I think that's fine. At least they're not saying that there's some higher law that they're subscribing to that they can defer to justify like things that would like be illegal or something, things that would be outrageous from a human rights standpoint and things like that.
Sophia,
what do you mean by rational decision-making process, and why do you think a rational decision-making process would lead to people not like stoning apostates or blasphemers?
That's our education is already doing that. Education is teaching people to be more rational.
Oh my God!
And it's not helping anything. In fact, things are getting worse.
Right. So Sophie, you there?
Yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, can you answer my question, what? Sophie? Like, who cares about what?
No, but I already had asked her a question like 10 minutes ago before I was interrupted.
Yeah, but you revoked your rights because you were being a.
No.
Well, whatever.
I asked her a question. I have a new question.
Yeah, what is
So,
it, B3?
so are you there? So?
Honestly, I kind of want to stone B3. He's like blaspheming.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah,
Anyway.
what's your question, B3?
So you've seen me leave friction, like when they abuse, right?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Right. And you know I can go anywhere and generate a conversation. I don't need to be anywhere, right?
See what the fuck is your fucking problem?
So the point is give me the mods to unmute myself or mute
Jesus
this other
Christ.
person or demod them or I gotta leave. Like this person's abusing mods.
See, okay, so this fucking bitch interrupts the conversation to
Shut
make it
up.
about his petty personal internet drama. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you bitch.
This is yet another.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna leave the server if I don't get mods, or this other person's not modded.
Really? Are you serious?
Come on, B3. I can't.
No, I mean I was asking you a question. I was interrupted, then I was mod abused twice. Like you have to be reasonable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, so yeah, Garrett is a much stricter mod than I am. Just to let everybody know.
He's not a strict mod. He's a retard.
Well, I mean, he's got
Sophie,
some
here's a correction, because to be honest, here's a correction. How about this? How about you give B3 mods, but you also give Lord Trini mods just to even it out again?
That's fair to me. I don't. As long as I'm able to unmute myself when some idiot.
Oh my
mutes
god!
me for no reason.
Honestly, no. Game B3 mods is a bad call, Sophie. We can have Garrett not mute anyone and have the fucking chaos. I think that's like a better solution, right?
Look, I will never. I don't mod people. Like when I'm giving mods, I never mod people. I don't have any need to mod
why do
people.
you
I
want
can
the
beat
mod
your
power?
head in soft, like without any mods.
Why do you want the mod power then?
I just want to be able to unmute myself when a retard like you mods me.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know why I muted
And you know you're a retard. I think
Is
you
it
realize
really
it.
necessary to talk over each other? Do you think, like B33, do you seriously think that people cannot like raise
only
their voice
power I
above
want
your
is to
voice
be able to
and
unmute
just
myself
continue talking and
when a
continue talking
retard
until you shut up, until there's eternal chaos in like everything and all around you?
I didn't.
Because like
I
you
asked
have to
you
have a word.
question,
No,
and
I
I
will
was
not
mod
let
abused twice.
I cannot even hear you seriously because I lowered your
You
volume
sound
so
like
low
you're from
that you are
Kazakhstan.
just
I don't know where the fuck
the
you're from or what
smallest
the
ant
problem
you
is.
can be. Like this is no way to conduct a conversation.
You
What I'm trying
sound
to
like you're
tell
from
you and
fucking
show you,
Kazakhstan.
because
Sounds like a beast fucking nigger.
continuously talk over you. I can
Somebody
continuously
just said
talk
the
and
N
talk,
word.
and I
What
can
the
talk
fuck
for
was that?
hours. Look, I can get a glass of water
What?
and I can continue
What
talking.
do you sound
And
like a
like if you
nigger?
would be interrupting me,
Somebody
I would
keeps
still
saying
be
the
the
N-word.
one that started
The
the
lady
conversation.
saying
You know what's
So
weird
you
though
would
is,
be the
is you know what's funny? Hold on, other
and I
guy,
can
retard.
continue
No,
on
Agathos,
on.
Agathos. Hey,
It is
Sophie.
obviously like not
Hold
a
on,
hard thing to
Agathos.
do.
Hold on,
I
man.
just
Hold
I
on.
don't know why
talking.
Garrett
It's like,
isn't
and why would
muting.
someone
Hold on,
mute me?
Sophie.
If someone would mute me, that would be like terrible.
Okay,
thing. Like,
Agathos, calm down.
someone
Why isn't
would
Agathos
mute me.
Out
muted?
of their mind.
Sophie,
I
mute
don't know what the
Still
Agathos.
hell's
He's
not
going crazy.
interrupting me. Not some retard faggot, whatever.
Sophie,
Like, you know,
mute this Agathos
conducting
guy.
a conversation
Sophie.
like this. It's just not possible to talk. I have started the conversation. I
Sophie.
started
Sorry,
to talk,
I just muted
and I
her.
will continue
Hey,
to
Sophie,
talk
why is
because
it the
this is
B3
the
was
way
muted,
people
right?
conduct
You
But
conversation.
Turf
This is
has
just a
said
normal way
nigger
of
5
conducting
times, and
conversation.
she's not even been repping
I
nigger.
will get a glass of water
hearing
and
the
tea,
N-word. I
and I
don't know
will
who's
join
saying
the
No, wait,
call and something
but
else. And like,
Sophie,
we
what
can
is
just
this?
continue
Why is
talking. That's no
B3 being
problem.
muted,
Like,
but
why
Turf
would
hasn't
you
even been
mute me? Like,
reprimanded for saying
if you
nigger
would mute me
5
ever,
times?
because I just continue, like I started
So
to talk and
Sophie,
you would be interrupting.
can you not do something about this in your server? What's going on here? Why isn't Gabers or whatever Garrett? Why isn't Garrett doing something about Turf?
I don't know, but
I heard the N-word like 17 times.
Yeah, no, it was from this same Turf girl. Now listen, if we're saying slurs, we're saying slurs. I don't care. But Sophie, you can't
I'm
mute
down
B3, and
for it.
I think B3 maybe he was justifiably muted, but he didn't say anything that was more ridiculous than this girl saying nigger.
well, look.
Hey, Sophie, you're kind of on the wall. You've been pushed to the wall there. You got to give me mods.
Yes, like Sophie, look, you can mute B3 if B3 is obstructing. That's fine. But why is Turf? Why is Turf allowed to unabatedly say nigger?
Oh,
Why
I
are
didn't
you
hear what
crying
she said.
over a word? Are you
No, I don't. Look, I don't
Why
want to. It's not
are
the.
you
You know,
a big deal
like
about
hold on,
the word?
Sophie. Retarded little girl. It's not the word. It's the
I'm
principle
not a
of the
little
server.
girl. I am a
It's worse if you're an adult. It's worse if you're an adult.
hang on,
How's
Nelson.
it
So
worse?
all
It's
I
just
did
a
is
word.
shut up, Turf. You fool. You fool.
Why are
Be
you
quiet.
triggered over a fucking word?
No,
Oh, we're
no
not
one's
triggered.
triggered.
You
Nobody's
are
triggered.
very
Nobody's
pathetic.
triggered.
You are weak.
Nobody
The
is.
point is,
Please
No,
cry elsewhere. You
no.
are crying
Sophie, either give like B3 and Trini mods, or just accept your server is about to go down the drain right now. What are you gonna do?
Well, look, so there's a way to get your own VC, and where you have mod powers in it.
No. Listen, Sophie,
But
this
I can't
server
just-
doesn't
I
have
can't
enough
just-
activity. This
Yeah,
server
well-
doesn't have enough activity
Well,
to
so
play
look,
it like politics and religion.
If B3, no, this is it's the only way that you can get a VC of your own is through a democratic process.
You don't need a VC. No, listen, Sophie,
you're
you are the
permitting-
onder of the server. You can mute whoever you
mod
want.
abuse
but
and the
Nelson-
N-word. Like you're permitting.
Okay,
you're
that's a
permitting
different-
both mod
so
abuse
let me
and
address-
the N-word.
Okay, look.
No, Sophie, listen. I'll leave this server just off the strength of you not having a hand on it. Now, if B3 gets muted, fine. But this other girl just kept saying, "Why are you a nigger? Why are you a nigger?" Now, we can say slurs on the internet. I don't have an issue with that. No, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. We can say slurs. All right, I got to turn down this retard turf girl. So we can say slurs all day long, right? I played like Call of Duty 4. All we did was say slurs. That's fine. But you can't say you're muting B3 and then not have this girl checked when she's saying these slurs. I'm assuming that's not.
I didn't even do anything. All I did was ask Sophie a question, and I was interrupted. Like I didn't do anything.
Well, Garrett
what's
said you
going on,
were
Sophie?
over talking. But look,
Sophie,
yeah,
what's
I
going
know
on?
Garrett is a bit of a strict mod. That's fine. I mean, he's gonna
Why
mod.
isn't Garrett strictly
He's gonna
modding Sophie?
Yeah, that's
Why
true.
isn't
He
Garrett-
didn't mute
Hey, Garrett, are you
Agathos
there?
when he was over talking
A
B3
trick
for long.
Garrett, are you there?
somebody who modded somebody for a
Garrett.
reason. Well, he's just a retard.
Hey, Garrett,
look-
are you there?
What? Can I ask?
Why
a
isn't
question?
hey Garrett? Hey Garrett. So are we allowed to say like slurs in here or no?
Ask a
Because I was
question.
talking and someone
Hello?
Are we allowed to say the N-word?
That is why
That
I
was
obviously have to leave the server.
Garrett,
Because of
are we allowed to
moderation,
say
right? The moderation
slurs like
is
nigger
terrible,
and faggot
I
and
just have
kike
to
and all
leave the
that? Or
server.
no?
If I don't get the mod role,
Okay,
I will
well then why is
obviously
it that
be
this
like,
turf person is allowed to say
this
slurs?
server full of retards.
Do I have to be like a goofy sounding white girl to say slurs?
Hello? Can I ask a question?
Turf said nigger like 7 times and she wasn't muted. B3 was muted multiple times.
I have a question.
She kept. No, I'm saying it in context because of this retarded server. She was
but I did
saying it
nothing
trolling,
wrong, and
and
then
nothing was
Turf
done about
said
it. Why is
nigger.
that?
17
Hold on, I
She
want to
said,
address.
well,
Yeah,
no,
Nelson. I want to address
convenient.
something
It's
that
well,
Nelson is saying.
Sophie heard it.
Yeah,
Sophie
Yeah,
heard it,
hold
and
on,
she
hold
did
on.
nothing about it.
Heard it.
And
Hold
apparently,
on,
you were
everybody
off
be
the clock.
quiet for a second. Hold on.
We
So
have a genocidal maniac in here. We
Hold
have
on,
a
B3.
person who's self-admittedly insane, and then we have an N-word sayer, and I'm the one who gets muted.
yeah, so hold on, just put that on the back burner for now, B3. Okay, so Nelson. So one thing is, I didn't hear her saying this because Agathos was. Hold on.
No, you're lying because I heard it while Agathos was yelling. I heard it.
Yeah, I didn't.
She said it.
Well, I have, to be honest, I have turf turned
you got
down a little
problems with
bit.
your fucking ears.
Oh,
don't you?
so you have turf turned down,
I
and
do,
why?
just
Why do you have
not
turf
a
turned
lot,
down?
not a lot, just a little bit. Like she's at like
Why?
70%.
Said the N-word 17
Her voice is a little bit. It just is a little bit.
Can I ask?
Anyway,
Bernie is a
Go
genocidal
ahead, Trini. Go ahead, Trini. Go ahead, Trini.
So did the little bitch say that to black people in real life, or could she only do it on the internet? Because I would slap the taste out of her mouth if she tells me that in real life. You got it, little bitch? Did you hear?
Yeah, because she's not saying that in real life. She's not. She's crossing the street and she's looking down at the ground.
Anyway, too much drama.
No, but I was telling Sophie earlier, like you have to give me mods to unmute myself. I can't be here.
B3, you get mod abused everywhere you go, man. You're used to it anyway, so.
Well, no.
Hold on.
I don't need to be here. I don't need to be here.
So,
I'm asked
so
to be
listen,
here.
listen. I want to say, okay, B3.
Oh, Sophie.
Oh man.
Bitch. So that little bitch. The next black
Sophie,
man.
you gotta get control over your room. You're letting people run roughshod over you.
Look, the Stoa isn't my room.
The taste.
The only place that's my room is
just a
my
cop out.
living room.
You're just copping out. Like
Wow.
saying it's not my room. It's just a cop out.
And I know you want to do it just for a rise out of somebody. I'm not upset or anything like that. I'm just giving you a promise. You should try that. This is 40. Guess
Sophie,
what, right?
you got like 14 people in here.
Yeah,
you
no,
are
so-
actually
Sophie, here's the
building a
thing.
server. You were building a server. But you cannot let an idiot like Garrett.
Trini, you said earlier that he was being narcissistic. Well, I mean, you got a point. He wants attention. So let's talk about something else. All right.
Yeah.
No, I just want the ability to unmute myself. I will never mod anyone else.
Well, Sophie, what do you mean this isn't your room? Like, your server isn't big enough for you to have different rooms for different mods.
See, Sophie, you don't have to care about this guy's fucking feelings. He can bitch all he wants. We can have a good time.
It's not a feeling. Look, it's not a feeling. It's predicated on logic, right? So listen,
this room is huge.
If
Like when I came into the room, it was like 3 people. Now there's like 17 people.
No, B3. That's not true. That's not true.
Great.
Because I remember when I came in here and left, there were like 10 people in here. You're lying, right? And you weren't in this room yet.
I'm not lying. Regardless,
this room was built.
Even supposing I am lying.
I mean, I'm probably a more entertaining character around here than you are.
The point is, Lord Trini is a genocidal maniac.
Why do you keep saying that?
Insane person.
No, I mean, Lord Trini is a fucking black king, and I will give this man fucking reparations for slavery because, I'm a white man with white guilt.
Regardless, look how big this room is. This server is blowing up.
Listen, man, if Mufasa over here wants to fuck my wife, that's his right, bro.
I will leave the server if I do not have the ability to unlock.
Bye, as Das would say.
All right, well, it looks like B3 is leaving. Look, B3, I think you're just chilling here because you haven't been muted this whole time. Like, we can let that mute go.
No, I was muted.
If you gotta leave, you gotta leave.
Was unjust.
I know earlier, but it seems like Garrett is running scared. He's not going to mute people. Otherwise, he'd have muted the girl that was saying the N-word.
Reprimanded in DM, probably.
Exactly, yeah. Because he wouldn't even mute the girl that was saying the N-word a bunch of times. So he can't mute
I'm sure you've been reprimanded.
If I had heard her say all of those things, then I would
your fucking mouth shut.
Look, Garrett, it's convenient. Garrett, it's convenient that you heard, B3 or whoever else, but you didn't hear her saying these things multiple times.
I
did 17 times. I counted them.
I muted B3 temporarily because he was over.
Garrett, you're a fucking moron.
And why didn't you mute Turf temporarily?
That's probably not a good way to get on Garrett's good side.
I don't want to be on his good side.
To be honest, Sophie, what is Garrett's good side worth? Look, this server is this server
of no interest to anybody.
I don't care.
So we got B3 on the enabler. Great.
I'm just saying that this server is
anything interesting in his life.
This server is in a sweet spot of attempting to grow and not trying to lose its numbers. All you have to do is have decent moderation. So when Turf is spurging, saying the N-word, get a handle on it. And if there's a mod situation, get a handle on it, right?
But all this dude did was mute B3. Has no value to the server.
Let me explain two things.
Honestly, what Sophie is currently doing is obviously working, right?
And you see what happened? Turf left, right? Like, it was so boring and sad that she left. Like, you guys are bad mods, man. You guys got to do better.
That's how bad it is. Like, Turf left.
Nelson is 100% trolling now.
17 times left. And that's how fucking dumb Garrett is. Like, why is Garrett a mod? He's never said it.
It's ridiculous. At this point, I'm just gonna mute up and let you guys talk about whatever again. But this is disgusting. You guys got to get shit together.
Garrett is a fucking moron, and he should be a mod.
I think I'm in love with Turf.
Yeah, that little bitch needs to do that in real life. I wish she would.
I mean, Garrett obviously values good conversation over people saying not saying slurs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when I run servers, that's kind of my approach as well. Who cares if someone drops the N-bomb?
It may well be the case that Trini is a genocidal maniac, but he should have mods. Whereas Garrett is a person with no possible interest to anybody.
Oh my god.
Well, so I'll answer these questions. So Garrett has mods because he doesn't really take strong sides on particular issues. So he's not going to mute someone because
he muted me twice. He's an idiot.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to mute you because he disagrees with you. At least
yes,
I hope
he did.
He's more likely to mute you if you
Garrett,
no. Listen. The point is this. The point is this. If you're saying he isn't temperamental with his mods, fine. The point is he's an incompetent mod. That's all.
What did I
he's
not
a retard.
do?
Retard.
What did I not do?
Garrett, you are a retard. You are a retard.
Okay, fine. B3, you think I'm a retard. I don't give a fuck what you think about me, B3.
Your voice also
because
sucks.
you were over talking other people who
I wasn't. Oh, I
And
wasn't.
they started talking.
Wait, and Garrett, Turf was over talking as well, and she was saying slurs.
See, the truth is, like, B3 is a sad, miserable, old, fat alcoholic, right? Who needs to get a life. He comes to Discord to fucking bitch, because he's too fucking fat, too fucking alcoholic. And Nelson is a more authoritarian mod than Garrett ever was.
Garrett
Like,
probably slid into Turf's DM.
So
Hello, Turf came back just for the love, just for the love. Hey, Pax, you're done in friction, man. I just want you to know that when I'm in there,
Pax
you're
is
done.
a jackass too.
I mean, that's fine, man. Everywhere I go, I make friends and people
Pax,
want to talk
you are
to me.
a jackass. You are a jackass.
Listen, man.
As a matter of fact, Pax, jump in friction real quick. Pax, jump in friction real quick so I can mute and deafen you right now.
Nelson. So for
Pax, you are a
everyone here-
jackass. You're a jackass.
Everyone here, so that
Pax
you
is
were
cool. I
actually
like Pax.
aware why I didn't.
Well, I like Pax too, but he
mute
is a
her,
jackass.
even if she did say those things.
B3, you're a
Because I
bitch,
didn't
man. I'll make you my
I
bitch.
have IRL things going on in my
You're
life.
not making anybody a bitch. You gotta
I actually like your looks, man. I want to fucking sodomize your asshole so fucking good tonight.
He wants to sodomize my asshole.
B3.
Maybe it was a one-time thing.
man.
We'll see, Garrett. We'll see,
I'm gonna
Garrett.
turn you into a homosexual.
Hey, Turf is back. Let's hear some more N-words.
Oh, hold
Is
on.
that even a woman?
Oh, she's got very pretty above
Now,
nose.
when you say she,
a
do you mean
nose
she's a
wave
woman or is it a
face.
man? You never know
Of
on
nose
Discord
face.
if a person's a woman.
Wait, well, when have you seen Turf? Are you talking about her PSP?
She's on her camera right now.
Turf is on
No, I'm
camera
just
right
like,
now.
oh, that's. Oh, she looks.
She has very large
No,
eyes.
she has bangs because she has a big forehead. She looks gross. No, she's a wannabe
Karen. Can we see you?
But Turf, do you have a pair of balls and a
vagina
cock hanging inside your pants or what? Or is it a vagina?
Yeah, do you have an
Turf,
OnlyFans?
Turf, shout the N-word right now. Shout it. Shout it out. I want to hear the N-word 7 times right now.
Hey, Turf, do you have an OnlyFans?
Turf, shout the N-word right now. Let's do it.
You have free content on Reddit or something?
Wait, hold on, really
Turf.
quick.
Oh,
Hold
yeah,
on, really
the
quick.
N-word.
I want to
Picture you,
explain
you will
something.
have an OnlyFans.
I want to explain something about the use
She
of.
looks kind of cute. I
Hold
just
on.
want to hear her shout the
Hold on,
N-word.
B3. Hold on. So I don't have a problem with people speaking.
Why is she sideways?
Hold on, B3. So I don't have a problem with people speaking their truth, right, in here. And if sometimes like certain kind of words come out, and like I guess I'm a little bit more lenient with that. But if the words are used with the sole aim
Nigger,
of
nigger.
Stop! Oh my God, stop! I'm gonna mute you.
Wait, but why
if the
would you
words-
mute him in that situation and not her?
Hold on. If the words come out with the sole intent of with attacking by means of those words,
No, look, they clearly
then-
were. Look, Sophie.
And that's
I don't even care about the word being uttered, right? But the point is a consistency check on your server. She was saying, "Why do you sound like a nigger?" Right?
Well,
so
to be honest-
you don't have a scrupulous position on this. You're just a hypocrite. That's all.
Well, Nelson, to be honest,
if
I didn't
had
hear
heard
her.
say that, I would have muted
Ah,
her.
Convenient. You didn't hear it. Oh, convenient.
Say, Sophie, the truth is, like, these two men are misogynists and, they criticize your mod choices because you're a fucking woman.
Who is this Pax guy? Is Pax often this dumb?
This guy is so fucking up her ass.
Pax is my road dog, dude.
Listen, I'm a proud male ally, and I understand that this intimidates toxic males on the fucking internet, but so be it,
Pax, you're a fruitcake. You're a fruitcake. Shut the fuck up.
No, it just seems like Pax is just saying random wokeisms. He's not even
He's
engaging
so
with
up
the
her ass
conversation.
that nobody knows where his head starts and her fucking legs start.
Hey, you're toxic. The patriarchy, feminism. Like he's just saying random words. It's just weird.
Now I want to see Turf. I want to see Turf.
I support
fully on
strong
camera.
girl
I wanna
boss
hear her
women like
shout the
fucking
N-
Sophie.
Turf, get on camera and shout the N-word out.
Well, look, Sophie, I'm gonna mute up again, but this
I
was
have
disgusting.
never
We
said
gotta
the
do
N-word.
better.
I've never.
I want to see Turf shouting the N-word.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
never-
mind if Turf says
Why?
something that she
Okay.
truly believes in and it's her truth, even if it offends other people. That's fine.
Thank you.
But
There's only one truth. There's no her truth or their truth or my
everyone
truth.
in here is a guardian of their truth. But if you're gonna
Sorry.
use slurs, just to like badger someone or harass someone, then yeah, obviously I'll mute you for that.
Well, is that Bart?
I'll remember when I badger and harass people not to use slurs.
Why do you support Sophie, Barth? Is it because you're a true ally to women, or do you have like ulterior toxic
Bart
motives?
all day. Bart is my
guess what?
man. I love
Hey,
it.
Tiff, do you have an OnlyFans? So, Tiff, do you have an OnlyFans? And it's your Truth BBC.
That's weird. I don't like you.
Oh, I don't like you either. So,
Please stop talking to me.
I don't care. So, is your
Wait,
Truth
you don't
BBC?
like him? Turf, do you not like Trini because he's a black man?
What?
Yeah, I don't like black
Is
men.
that what you want?
I don't
Turf
like
does
black
not
men.
like black men. She hates black
Yeah, but then she wants to use the N-word all the time. That's contradictory.
Fuck, man. So it's a woman versus a black guy. Whose side should I take, man? Who's the most pressed?
So guess what you should do? You should guess what
Can you stop crying,
Dude,
please? I
I'm
do
not
not want to talk to
I'm
people of
asking
your
you
nature.
to your OnlyFans.
All this tells us
your
that
OnlyFans. That's all.
Sophie needs good mods. She needs somebody to take control because
Yeah, I'm
Sophie
asking
cannot
you to your
control the
OnlyFans.
server.
I'd say
Hmm?
racists
You a
are the,
whore, Tiff?
racists are the
I
most
can shout
oppressed.
the N-word right now, and
That's a
Sophie
good
has no recourse. Like, it's ridiculous.
Quick question. Are you a whore? Do you have an OnlyFans?
Hey, Trini, don't do
What?
that.
What?
Well, I don't care about open discussion. I'll walk over all of you.
So, but is she a coward bitch? Can she
no.
say that in real life?
Well, if she says it again and I hear
Yeah,
it,
so
then
quick
yes,
question.
I will mute
I
it.
wanted to steer the conversation away from the petty drama, but you guys wanted to engage B3, so I'm a fucking enable this fucking chaos now.
You are a faggot.
I'm waiting for the OnlyFans link. Can you DM me our OnlyFans?
There is no doubt that Garrett is a faggot.
You
Like, B3 is a poor, oppressed man who gets mod abuse everywhere he goes.
So
I mean, why is that for him?
I got mods in half the rooms I'm in, man. I got mods in Godless Girl. I got mods in PNR. I got mods everywhere I go, kid. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Tiff.
Now the point is that
Christmas
there's
songs.
no control in this room. There's no control. Now I could very easily abuse Garrett. I could very easily abuse Trini, but there should be some kind of control here.
I mean, but
how about
honestly,
this?
as a white man, you shouldn't abuse
about
Trini,
this?
right? Like,
You can
Well,
you
I don't
guys
really
can
give a
you can
goddamn
moderate
for Trini.
you can
Fuck.
moderate yourselves. How about that?
So wait, who's abusing?
Well, Sophie, you gotta be in control. You're supposed to be the platonic ruler or the philosopher.
I'm not in a hotel room.
What did she
This
say?
is
Sophie is a
my
weak
room.
moderator. You're
Can
a
you shut up?
ruler, Sophie. You're weak. Nobody gives a shit about what the hell you're talking about.
Wait, is that my boy Halal? What's up, Halal? How's everything?
Sophie, give me mods. I will keep this place in control. I will never mod anyone unless they go crazy.
Sophie, I really like your server.
So you can moderate yourselves, and yeah.
Sophie, give me mods. If I ever moderate anybody else, throw me out of the server. I will only unmute myself. I cannot have a piece of shit like Garrett moderating me.
So there's a democratic process here. You could get your own
Fuck
VC
your
if you get
democratic process.
if you get
It's fucking
if you
retarded.
get votes and get the support of other people in the server. You can
All right,
have
let's
your own
do the
VC
vote
where you
right
can
now.
be a
Let's
mod.
get everybody in here right now to vote.
It takes a month and a half.
All right, Sophie, you are a fucking retard. You are a retard, Sophie.
A month and a half.
Because she's a fucking retard. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
how is it possible to have Barth in a fucking conversation and be worse than Barth, man?
But what
How
the fuck
come
was Sophie
these
talking
grown
about a month and
adults
a
are
half?
crying in here?
Okay, so
If it takes a month and a half, if it takes a vote in a month and a half, how the fuck is Garrett a fucking mod? Was he there for a month and a half?
No,
What the fuck are you
well,
talking about,
Fuck,
Sophie?
bruh.
So I put
Did
the
Sophie
info.
lie?
I put the info in the store. I put the info in the store. You can look
What
at that
the
if you
fuck
want
are you
to.
talking about, Sophie? You were a retard. You were full of shit, and you were a retard. Sophie is a lying retard.
B3, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to make me mute you again? Because that
Where
brings
the
up
fuck
quite a
is this
different-
month and a half shit for Garrett? What the fuck are you talking about, Sophie?
He's a server mod. That's different.
Why? How did that take? How did that take a vote? How did that take a democratic vote
That
in a month
doesn't
and a
take
half?
a vote. That's true.
So in other words, you just decide. So when you say to somebody like me, it takes a month and a
Well, I
half.
mean,
you're just
it's run
lying through your
democratically
fucking-
by
Shut the
Sophie, and
fuck
Sophie's
up.
vote is
Hold
the one
on.
that counts,
retard.
man.
Retard. I'm talking.
Well, so the vote,
Listen,
look,
you
the
fucking
vote
bitch,
doesn't.
man.
Sophie is full of shit. She's a
The vote
lying.
doesn't. No, look,
Listen,
the
and
vote
if you're not
doesn't
going to
give
shut
you
your
mod
mouth, your mouth is
powers.
going to be full of my cum, too, so shut up.
The vote doesn't give you mod powers in the whole server. That's at my discretion.
Listen,
That's true.
dumbass.
But look,
Don't say.
don't call me a dumbass. What the hell?
Don't say
Look,
that.
if you
there's
call me a
a
dumbass, I'm just gonna
democratic
run
vote.
away
No, there's
to.
not.
I'm just gonna run away to my room.
You ought to
call me a
because
dumbass.
you're lying through your teeth.
Oh.
Sophie, I think you need to regulate the server more.
I mean, Sophie's
look, the
claiming that
democratic
it's a
process-
democratic
hold on.
process that takes a month and a half.
Yeah,
She's
but
got this idiot. She got this idiot running things like. It's raw shit.
Are you really just trying to like push?
But honestly, if we put this up for a democratic vote, whether or not B3 should be a moderator, like, yeah, okay, I'll pretend that that vote will pass, sure.
B3 is missing so many teeth, it looks like his tongue's in jail.
Look, the voting is.
You're missing the point. The point is that Sophie is claiming there's a
Oh, you
democratic
fucking
process.
Jew, you fucking
Hello,
ugly Jew.
I'm talking. Why are you talking? The point is that Sophie is claiming there's a month and a half. Sophie is claiming there's a month and a half democratic process. Obviously, there's not because this jackass Garrett, who sounds like he's from Kazakhstan, has bots. Right. So of course there's no democratic process. That's just a fiction.
Yeah, so you can have your own VC where you can be mod in that VC.
You don't want to be. I already asked you for a VC yesterday. You said you wouldn't do that.
And that getting that VC takes a month and a half. But being a mod for the whole
I
server,
just want to be able to. All I want is to be able to unmod myself from a retard like Garrett.
Well, I unmuted you B3 after some time, so.
No. There may be a time where this server is very active and you're not here. I cannot have a retard like Garrett muting me.
Oh, Jesus.
This guy is from fucking Kazakhstan. He's retarded.
Yeah, boo-hoo. Go cry,
Well,
you fucking
I'm on
social
here-
justice warrior.
I'm on here pretty much all day,
Anyway.
like almost.
Anyway, give me the
every
fucking
day,
mods,
almost
or I'm
all
gonna
day.
leave your dumbass fucking server if you don't give me mods.
Honestly, B3, that sounds like a good idea.
I don't get. I mean, this server will probably die in 2 days without me.
Yeah, 2 days. It'll die in 2 days without you.
Not only that, but I did nothing
Absolutely.
wrong. Like we got Turf shouting the N word 17 times. We got Garrett misabusing, mod abusing people. Like, why
Oh my
should I
god,
not
you
be able to
fucking
unmute
nigger.
myself?
Like,
I mean, all I'm asking is to be able to unmute myself. If I unmute myself in the wrong way, just throw me out of the server. Like, what's the problem? I'm not sure what the
never
problem
do,
is.
never do.
Max, don't do that again.
No, she's a white
This
bitch.
guy just said the N word 3 times.
No.
No moderation.
She's a white bitch. That's what. You know those people who are afraid to talk in real life? You know, they should stand up in real life. That's what they should do in real life. Because every time it happens, their life.
Anyway, Sophia, I will help you build your
wish-
server up, but you got to give me
realize.
the ability to unmod myself. I cannot have retards modding me.
Oh my god, man.
Oh my-
I've done way more to help the server than B3 ever will do. I mean, at least I got people to
Perhaps
join
you should also
because of me.
Perhaps Pac should have mods. Pac should probably have mods.
Why?
I don't care about having mods, man. It's like I have my own server. I have my own server anyways.
Why is it
probably not very active? That's why you're here.
Why is it I'm supposed to tolerate like homosexuals, right? But then no one like tolerates me for hating homosexuals. Isn't that hypocritical?
I mean, there's a giant server called PNR where we could all be at right now. We're hanging out with Sophie.
Am I wrong?
Right?
Oh, the one,
Sophie,
that that banned me. Yeah, I'm not gonna go
I
back
prefer
to
this
that.
chaos over politics and religion type chaos.
Or whatever. Like Sophie should be modding people properly. Like I will actually moderate people who are out of line. I will never moderate somebody who's in line. And I will only demod. I will only unmute myself if a retard like this Garrett guy moderates me.
So B3, I'll go back to PNR under the condition that Sam E,
now
Luca,
you want to go
and
back.
Omar. Listen, Sam E, Luca, and Omar, and now Banshee, make a formal apology, and they agree
but
to.
nobody's gonna
Hold on,
make
let
a
me
fucking
finish. They
apology.
agree to treat me. They agree to treat me with the respect that I deserve, and unless they
Sophie,
do that, I'm
I
not
could
going back to
definitely-
PNR. So what does that mean,
Sophie,
B3? Wait, hold on.
Sophie.
You know these people. What do you think that means? Do you think that
can
means I'm going to go back to PNR or not?
I can very easily get them to treat you well, but I cannot
No,
make.
I don't
people
want them to
do
treat
it.
me well. I want them to treat me with the respect that I deserve, but also I want a
respect, yes.
formal apology.
I can easily.
I doubt that's going to happen. Okay, make it happen then, B3. You do it.
Talking. I can easily get. I can easily get them to treat you with respect, but I cannot make people do a formal apology like fucking Stalinist show trials. Like you're asking for things that are impossible.
Well, then I guess I'm not going back to PNR.
Then don't go back. But like, if you want me here,
of
you got to
story.
give me the ability to unmute myself from a retard like Garrett.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the thing is, right? She hasn't made B3 mod yet, so does she really want B3 here?
Well, she asked me to be here. Right?
Yeah.
You asked him to be here, Sophie. Is that true?
Right. So don't let. So you got this guy from the fucking
This is
Balkans who's moderating people for no reason.
So she wants you here, man.
Why does where I'm from matter to you so much?
Garrett is a retard.
I really don't give a fuck if you keep saying retard as many times as you want. All right.
Well, you didn't moderate the
issue
person
is not-
shouting the N-word for 17 times.
Right. I would have had I heard her say it. I didn't hear her say
Yeah,
it.
well, maybe you
Move
should be a
on.
better moderator and pay attention.
Wow, maybe I should listen to everything that ever.
Maybe you should shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
probably
how
what you
things
should
work,
do.
and
Is
you know
just
that.
keep your dumb fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, you know that's not how things work.
He's full of shit. He's a liar. He's an idiot, and nobody cares. And in fact, if you had the ability to do anything about that, you would, but you don't. You've probably been told in private to shut your fucking mouth.
I've probably been told in private to do what now?
To shut your fucking mouth.
Trini, do you have a Cash App by any chance?
What? Max, what was that?
No, I'm good on the money front. I'm fine.
Okay, man. Because I like to give reparation money.
Yeah,
Let's all be cool and bring up a
That's
topic. Let's have a topic here. Let's have a topic.
Well, is it hypocritical to you expect people to tolerate homosexuals, but then you don't tolerate people that hate homosexuals or people that are racist, Isn't that hypocritical?
It's hypocritical, man. You have a right to be a homophobe or whatever.
Thank you. I agree.
Well, you can change how you feel. As long as you don't infringe on the rights of others, you can be homophobic in private if that's what you want. All you have to do is not suck a cock.
I feel like it's open season to hate racists or homophobes.
What's wrong with hating a racist?
Because
Qualia.
because racists are human beings and we are all human beings. So it's in a way it's like hating yourself. It's like
Trini is a genocidal maniac who wants to kill all
one of the
white
dumbest things. Oh my God! Come on, man. People
it's
know
like
what you're
repression.
doing. Oh, okay. So we should let race.
Well, I mean, I'm personally against racism.
And Trini, when B3 interrupts you,
Trini
don't
is-
complete
No,
your
the whole thing with
sentence, right?
Trini is
And
that
complete your point.
I'm personally against racism, but Trini is in favor of murdering an entire race.
Okay, yeah. So P Mars, guess what? Should we allow racists to be racist?
What do you mean by allow?
I mean, Trini, you are racist.
So guess what? Let's say you have a doctor
and this doctor is racist, and as a result of their racist views, they're not giving their patients the proper pain medication based on their race.
Kenny, you are a racist. You are a racist.
It's up to
Should
the
we allow
hospital.
B33, stop interrupting people.
B3, I'm going to lower you down to
it's up to
zero,
the
so I'm not going to
hospital.
hear you. So what do you mean it's up to the hospital? B3, I can't hear you.
It's a private business. Like Twitter can fucking take away my free speech.
What did this idiot think I was
So
talking about?
you're saying
So if a private business wants to hire a racist doctor, that's on them.
So if the patients don't know and they go there and they die as a result of having seen by a racist doctor, which has happened, that's fine?
Yeah, like doctors kill people all the time. I think.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody tell Trini I'm not going to talk over him. Just tell him to unmute me. Destroy the room. It's going to fuck the room up if people are lowering other people down.
Okay, are you really listening to yourself?
Trini, do you know that 250,000 people die annually from malpractice medical errors?
And we should try to eliminate that.
So
we shouldn't give room to grow.
If there's a racist in there that killed one person, I don't really care.
Oh, okay.
Here's the real question: like, how did AIDS start? Like,
or yourself?
What happened with what happened with the whole AIDS thing? Was it a black guy?
We try to eliminate and reduce harm and suffering, and you say let's let it ride.
But how did AIDS happen?
Okay.
Like, what happened with that?
Every time you do something to reduce suffering, you create more suffering. So it's like,
okay. So we should just
you're like Sisyphus rolling the rock up the hill and then just rolls back down.
And yet we continue.
Now, was it a black man who fucked a monkey or a monkey man who fucked a black woman? How did AIDS start?
I don't know.
I was curious about that.
Oh shit.
Lay the facts on the table, B3. We want facts.
Well, they claim it started from men having sex.
It's so quiet when B3 is just not talking. I can't hear a thing he says. It's so amazing.
That is the claim. I don't believe it myself.
I expose your narcissistic technique.
Just didn't interrupt.
This is a new environment. And guess what? He wants everyone to believe that I'm some type of raven racist because I'm smarter than he is. So he wants to
you said you
remove
want
me
to
from the
commit
discourse,
genocide against all pink people.
Oops. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel, B3?
I was saying that. What? Well, you shouldn't be locally muting people. You're gonna mess the room up.
Darth Dawkins is a real narcissist. I was diagnosed too, but B3 acts like one at times.
Yes, another narcissistic tendency. It's called feigning.
Yeah, but only a retard would lower somebody else down and wreck the whole room.
It's feigning indispensability. So these people go into situations. I'm indispensable to this situation being successful. So give me power. And we literally just see it happen. We literally just saw.
I mean, I kind of did it too, man. But yeah, I mean, the worst thing to do, like these disruptive narcissists, is like give them attention, right? They thrive on attention, whether it's negative or positive.
But the true narcissist,
you know what they hate?
The true narcissist is the one who lowers other people down.
B3, I want to hear Lord Trini, please.
Yeah,
muting people over Discord is not a fucking symptom of narcissism. Get the fuck out of
here. Yeah, so guess what? They hate it when you dissect their techniques. For instance, when he was trying to repeat that thing about me wanting to kill off all white people, it's called level setting. So he sets the level for my interaction with other people. That's a narcissistic technique. And it's so transparent. And he's such a low-level thinker, he doesn't even do it with any kind of subtlety. He's just brutish with his stupidity.
If you look up narcissistic personality disorder, right, one of the symptoms is that they control conversations. So they have to control conversations. So muting people is narcissistic personality disorder, part of it.
Muting people is not necessarily controlling the conversation. Like, how was Garrett controlling the conversation? It's like,
well, Garrett's a retard, but that's besides the point. Like, how is it my fault that Trini said he wants to kill?
I'm saying B3 is trying to control the conversation. Like Darth Dawkins controls the conversation.
Perhaps not, but I mean, at the end of the day,
Garrett may or may not be like an actual narcissist. Like, because you have some traits here and there, doesn't mean you're a narcissist either. Like Darth Dawkins for sure is one, right? And he's got all the fucking symptoms in the book, right?
Yes,
that is correct.
No, I cannot be blamed for the fact that Trini said he wants to kill all white people. How am I to be blamed for that?
So I am trying to pick out recessed lighting for my basement construction job. It's quite fun.
Jesus, you're here. I love Jesus.
Save these sinners, Jesus. Save these sinners.
Fucking
I'm
mouth.
tired of getting blamed all the time now, Sophie. Like I'm tired of getting blamed all the time. Like
Trini.
I mean, you were here. You were there when Trinity said
In
he wants to kill all white
2018,
people.
medical
Why am I being blamed
errors
for
were
that?
the third
Why am
leading
I being
cause
blamed?
of death in America.
And I think that's a problem that we should try to reduce.
We should just not go to hospitals anymore.
No, Trinity said he wants to murder every
Makes
white
sense.
pink
That's-
person.
B33.
That's intelligible.
Stop doing that.
I mean, they're fucking
Yeah,
killing.
that's
They're killing
intelligible.
more.
Turn on the lights. When you go into a room, you turn on the lights. Yeah, I got it. I understand.
They're killing as many people as COVID, but like we're not afraid of them, but we're afraid of COVID.
Yeah, but Trinity was saying earlier
COVID
he
has
wanted
killed
to
like about 1
murder
million so
every
far
white
in the U.S.
Yeah, in the U.S. 1 million, like 700,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well they're killing a comparable amount of people to COVID.
I just
About
don't.
the same.
I'm just a normal
those,
fella.
conservative,
I don't want to be blamed for the fact
anti-science
that
people
Trinity is
at a higher
genocidal
rate. That's
maniac.
very interesting. I'm not making a value judgment though. Just find it interesting.
Not only that, but now Trinity has. Not only is he a genocidal maniac, but he's destroying the conversation by lowering other people who are in the conversation.
B3, what happened, man? Somehow you're worse now than you used to be like a year ago. Fuck no.
Well, I don't know.
Still talking? Oh my God! He
Point
can't
is,
stop.
like we're
And I
having,
can't
we're
hear
trying
what
to have
he
an
said.
open
Hey,
conversation.
you went to rail combos, man. But the thing is, like,
No, but
I
no,
actually
but, like,
enjoy some conversations that we've had before. But like, you know, now you seem
Oh,
to be
I
more
know you.
about
I know
drawing
you.
attention, man. I mean,
No, but like it's not my
it's like,
fault.
you know, I
that
mean,
Trinity
I've done
has-
stuff over Discord to
it's not
draw
my-
attention
it's not
myself,
my
right?
fault. It's not my fault that Trinity is a genocidal maniac. It's not my fault he's lowered other people down and destroyed the conversation. You know, you can already see we had like 20 people in here. Now we have like 7 because Trinity decided to disrupt the conversation. Anyway, I got other shit to do. Fuck off.
He left.
So, Trini, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Who said that?
Garrett.
Garrett did.
Hey. Is this dude is still talking, and I can't hear what he said because I'm turned down. It's so funny.
He
What a
left.
child!
Who, Jesus?
He left.
No.
Oh,
It-
B3?
He left.
It's so
Oh.
funny. If you guys ever had a hamster
I
and
love
the
Jesus.
wheel is running and you can't hear it and you close the door and it's like Schrodinger's hamster, you don't know if it's still running on the wheel or if it isn't. The only way you can tell is if you open the door, and I'm not open.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think
Schrodinger's dick. That's it.
at the end there, it was pretty obvious that B33 was trying to bait me into moderating him again, so that he could play the victim even further. So thank you for just turning him down on your end, because I was going to moderate him if he continued talking over you, but you turning him down works just as well. So
Yeah, I think it's even better. See,
He just constantly interrupts people.
who do I want to? I want to genocide B3. Yeah, just the entire nation of B3. I think there's about 5 million of them.
He doesn't listen to anyone
I'm
else.
Trinidadian. It's kind of in the.
yeah.
What, you weirdo?
But it looks
Oh,
like
here you go,
that.
Andrew.
It looks like the debate between me and him is on for the first. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did he agree, or are you just gonna?
The moderator had he emailed the moderator to bitch the moderator out about the format, and it's like, okay, what format would you like? So we may be going with like the 4-topic format. So we're gonna see if he agrees. That's pretty much it.
All right, I got a request from Drael. Hold on.
no idea.
Come on, Andrew, because you know this one.
Nope.
It's about the only part of it I know.
Nope. I have no idea what that is.
No idea?
Nope.
Magnum PI.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I would never have recognized it in that format. Yeah.
Well, because you need that opening dun dun dun, in order to kick everything off. So.
Name that riff.
Hey, Andrew, thoughts on my profile picture, bro?
Huh?
Thoughts on my profile picture?
Your profile picture? What?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, hold on. Oh. Oh my god! They did so much funny shit in that cartoon. What do you swallow a hot dog or a banana or something?
It was a hot dog. I love Tom and Jerry, but I also dug. I was Speedy Gonzalez. Speedy Gonzalez was fun, but I really
wait. Yeah. Tell you, I love. Oh my god,
I loved Slowpoke Rodriguez though. His cousin. When Slowpoke Rodriguez comes in and he's super slow and he just like trudges everywhere and Speedy's like, you gotta go because the cat will catch you. It doesn't matter because he carries a huge ass gat with him and he just shot him.
Right.
That shit was great.
Yeah, that French rapist Pepe Le Pew was always my favorite. Him and Sylvester.
Oh, mon chéri. Oh.
Touché, pussycat.
See, that's shit.
What was the one?
Oh my god! Just unfucking believable the stuff they pulled off of those cartoons, man.
Oh, the level of harm that they go through. Obviously, and all the ones where Tom gets like bifurcated into sections.
And just the outright pain, whatever. Just the outright scream of pain.
Yeah.
So good. Oh yeah.
Do y'all recognize this one?
Oh god, I remember that one.
Oh, that's yeah, there you go.
It's like don't. So that's when. Okay, that's when.
So fucking.
That's when.
Was
That's
when
when
his
Jerry
cousin came over, or was that when Jerry got
I think it's
jacked up?
when Jerry got juiced up.
Okay.
I love when Crambo would just go up to Jerry when he broke a guitar string.
Yeah.
All right, dude. I got this meeting coming up. I'll see you guys back in a little bit.
All right, man.
I know Tom died in like at least 2 or 3 of them. I remember there's one where like he got blown up by dynamite. I remember one that ends where like Tom catches Jerry, and it just ends with Tom laughing evilly.
Oh, there's some stuff you don't see anymore.
That was what made me want to roll my own cigarettes.
I know, right? The influences of these cartoons.
Or he just like rolled up that cigarette, yeah.
Well, not only that, he rolls the cigarette and then lights it with a gunshot.
Hey, Sophie, can you let Ripley in, please? Can you let Ripley in, please?
Yeah, I'll have to make you more. Give me a little bit, okay? First, I gotta get Sister medicine.
Hold on. JL, remember this bullshit? Hold on.
Culturally insensitive.
That other one is just.
There might be a contestant for my new profile picture because it's either Jerry or
that's a little bit racist.
What do you mean? Oh, the one you sent. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it's a little bit racist.
A little bit. There was no shortage of that in those cartoons.
Oh no.
Like
What do
the
you mean, the
mammy that
mammy
was always
character was just natural.
yeah, housekeeping the cat. Thomas.
Look at the bro. Only a spoonful in that picture, man.
Damn.
Hey, JL.
Let
me get you this one. Hold up, bro. I'm about to send it. This might be another contestant.
He pops his head.
Yeah, because that just fucking explodes.
Just the sheer level of violence done to this poor cat.
Andrix is in the middle of a meeting just laughing at this shit, like in the middle of a Zoom call. How about the one where Tom just shatters like a piece of glass?
Oh man.
God, I love these. This brings back memories.
You know, people sell like sculptures of like the different shapes Tom got into.
Really?
Look at this shit.
What do you mean, like dildos? Tom unboxes.
It's better is Tom
dildos.
getting misshapen from the impact
Hold
weapons,
on.
or
Can Tom unbox this Tom?
like this, and when Daffy Duck always got his bill like blown over his head, or
or blown
spun around his yeah.
How about the one where
like super Islamic, or like what is?
Yes.
Are they like? Okay, so they're pretty religious as a state.
Pretty religious, but the state is supposed to be secular.
Okay, but I'm guessing they're not really all that secular.
Nope. I mean, Egypt is kind of based if you could tolerate getting kicked by the police or sucked off by the Islamic morons. I mean, aside from that, food is amazing. Historical sites are
I've heard that,
wonderful.
yeah. The food in Egypt is.
I mean,
You know, I really want
Like,
to try Malokia. I've never had Malokia, and I heard it's really nice.
What's that?
It's really good. Basically, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's basically we have this leaf. We make this gooey like soup. Like I don't know how to call it in English, but it's like a goopy soap. Soup. Fuck me, English. It's like a goop. It's like a goopy soap, and we eat it with rice, or you can eat it with bread. And you eat a type of meat with it. I prefer chicken because meat here tastes like metallic sponges, but
Yeah.
Like food here is like what I love about third world English.
Damn English.
Third world countries, our food is we don't emphasize on eating meat. It's a lot of veggies, but you have to eat meat. We don't do vegan bullshit here. We just too poor to eat a lot of meat.
But they do have a lot of oil. They use a lot of oil, right? And that's like my impression, right? A little bit like maybe Indian food.
Yeah, we use a lot of oils and like butter and like oily things in our food, which is I really fucking hate. Like we make this.
Those women, there was like all sorts of stuff.
Well, yeah. So the Assyrians, that's way before the Egyptian, I think as we know it, the Egyptians came even about. They came about by some sort of conquest thing to do with, the sort of march forward of who we might think of as, well, certainly post-Assyrian. Is it who? I've forgotten, dude. I only watched it yesterday. I've forgotten already. That was the city sort of states that was the secular kind of thing that accepted all of the religions.
The First Global Revolution, Chapter 8, Part 4. No matter how intelligent and objective the civil service may be, and in many countries this is uncontroversial, it is realized that its members are selected to provide stability and continuity as political administrations come and go. Hence, they are seen to stand for the status quo, to be the apotheosis of inertia and resistance to change, especially radical change. In some instances, it is felt that the faceless civil service is out of the control of its political masters and thus not accountable to the people. Certainly, it is extremely difficult for a minister to master all the details of his departmental activities, of which he has probably had no prior experience, while his officials, highly and professionally informed, know all the answers. There is undoubtedly some reality in these criticisms, and equally, at times, a good deal of benefit in the informed caution of the official when faced with an inexperienced minister. The considerable extension of government responsibility in recent years into so many aspects of life has inevitably led to bureaucratic inflation, and in some cases, such as defense, to perpetuation of power and policies. Internal policies may at times be creating dangerous and partly concealed vested interests. Some particular issues. Having outlined some general considerations on governance, we feel it necessary to discuss some aspects in more detail. Resistance to change. Governments seldom generate innovation. They react to pressures for change which arise from popular demands, either through the democratic process of elections or in the aftermath of a successful revolution. However, in reacting to demands for new approaches, the natural conservatism of administrations, and not only its civil service component, is often able to put on the brakes. Their approaches are essentially linear and are based on either rigid rules of procedure and behavior or else on accumulated case experience. Like other institutions, they are not given to self-criticism, and when subject to pressures outside, react defensively. They feel that their methods have been rendered optimal by experience and that they are the only reasonable means of solving problems. Suggestions for improvement are shrugged off. We tried that years ago and it didn't work. It is rare that mistakes are admitted or missed opportunities recognized. Problems are treated in a sequential order and mistakes resulting from slightly wrong decisions with regard to slightly misunderstood challenges accumulate. In a benevolent environment such as that which existed during the long period of economic growth, warning signals are few and dangers seem too far off to keep the organizations alert rather than resting on their laurels. Now the environment appears to have become hostile, and the expedients of the past no longer seem to work. With the uncertainties inherent in the global revolution, such approaches will have to be abandoned, and the need is for institutions which are flexible and dynamic, often provisional or deliberately temporary. The objective of stability will have to be replaced by one of resilience. To meet fast-moving needs and opportunities, there will have to be a much greater degree of transparency and less distinction between the strictly official and the unofficial. All this will require a change in the psychology of both officials and politicians with the entry into the system. For longer or shorter periods of individuals from industries, trade unions, academia, etc. Here as elsewhere in our society of change, education and training will be of great importance. It is difficult to teach old dogs new tricks, and serious and lengthy recycling will be needed for both officials and politicians. Corruption. Political and moral corruption are rampant in many countries and are growing. Their eradication is essential as a prerequisite to the development of effective and just government. How to do this is difficult. Certainly, mere exhortation is useless, while revolution often leads merely to a worsening of the situation and simple change of patronage. This problem demands deep consideration, but undoubtedly, a considerable increase of transparency in governance is the first step. Confrontation versus consensus. In most of the democratic countries operating on a multi-party system, a model of confrontation has evolved and spread throughout national life. In moderation, this can be a healthy situation. The so-called concept of creative friction of management-labor relations has a justification in the continuous improvement of the condition of the workers, while in politics it has done a good deal to prevent excessive complacency and stagnation. However, it has gone too far, and we see many examples of party interest being placed above the national good. While in no way arguing against party politics as such, there are strong reasons for attempting in both political and industrial relations to inculcate a change of attitude in the direction of consensus building. In face of the gravity of the decisions that will have to be taken in the near future, artificially stimulated party rivalries generated by attempts to win popular votes at the next election and often not even based on real ideological differences could lead to disaster. There is an overwhelming need to establish the maximum of common agreement between political parties claiming to be custodians of the national good if we are to weather the many storms ahead. To this end, it would be useful to bring together representatives of different parties in a non-political forum such as might be provided by the Club of Rome and similar bodies for the discussion of specific issues. Government and the forces of the market. In Eastern Europe, abandonment of state-planned economies towards democracy has inevitably made clear the need for economic efficiency based on competition and incentive, i.e., to accept and operate the forces of the market. Acceptance of this has led to widespread...
This is pretty big. All right. Oh my God. Now we'll go for.
Tubariki.
Kila siku? Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Lita? It's very nice.
Wow.
Yeah, very cheap.
Kichwa cha kijani, bonyeza tu.
Kesho
Even tomorrow
nitajisikia
Just normal.
Just normal?
Yeah.
Okay, no hangover?
It's like a soft juice, maybe. Yeah, fresh juice. Yeah.
Like a soft drink, okay.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Not bad?
Yeah. Feel free.
Okay. Seal Safari?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's okay, right?
Yeah.
Alright, we're done. We're done with the Mbege. I have to leave my polygamous family soon. Yes.
And we enjoy
Yes.
to meet you there.
Fine.
Stop. I'm back. Hey, P Mars.
Hello, you beautiful bastard.
Hello.
You absolutely beautiful buffoon.
I think Islamophobe likes you, P Mars.
Nobody likes me.
What?
Or are you talking to me or P Mars?
I'm talking to you, dumbass. Okay, never mind. I was trying to be nice to you.
Who's the dumbass? Wait a second. What? I thought you were talking to P Mars.
Sophie, I am Pavlovianly wired to insult. Like when I like somebody as a friend, I just go like, "Oh, fuck off! I hope you die in a fire. I love you. Have a wonderful day." Like, do you have money to get back home? Do you need anything from me?
Oh, okay, I got it. You were talking to me. No, I thought you were talking to P Mars. Okay, I'll take that. I'll be.
Yeah,
be the dumbass.
P Mars is based as
Okay.
well. Have a nice day, P Mars.
Thank you.
Like, I was fighting with one of my friends. No, not my friend. It was like my cousin. And I got so angry at him and like, you know what? Let's not meet up for a week so we can forget about each other a little bit. And he's like, he literally stuck with me 3 days in a row, not leaving me. And I'm like, dude, fuck off. And he's like, nope, shut up. We're gonna make up whether you like it or not, you little bitch. God, I love this country. No, I'm not.
Over talking each other and smearing the hate and shit.
If you
I
needed
got
mods,
this.
you should have just talked to me. I would have done. I would have got you, bro.
Yeah, well,
I
no,
didn't
you
know.
couldn't.
But now they're all
Brilliant, so-
pissed off at us, and they're
So-
banning people just because they have roles here. So it's like I kind of want to wait for the bad blood to die down, you know.
Yeah, Nathan, they
Like,
banned
who
all
did
the
they
alcohol.
ban though?
Nathan, same family, new house. We just got a new house. It's like I know when like the first time I moved, I was like, why are we moving? You know, it's like just the same family, just a new house, bro. You know.
Yeah.
Same
And for the
It's not
record,
a war.
Nathan, I'm guarding your seat at the table. You always have a spot here with us.
You can be the Republican uncle.
Yeah, we might
Yo,
well
Nate,
swap.
let's not switch on each other,
All
Nate.
subject change
It's
at
a
any
bad
moment.
cop.
Nathan.
I know, right?
Look at my account. It's an alt account.
Nathan,
No one even
Nathan.
knows. No one even knows I'm here, man. That's an alt.
Murphy
You
be
know I
coming
gotta
in
do one of
here
those,
and
bro. I
trolling
gotta
on
play it
motherfuckers
smart.
he's known for like years. Like, dude, hey, it's
Hey,
Murphy.
Nathan,
Calm down, it's Murphy.
Nathan,
What's up,
is
LSF?
God, is God revengeful?
No.
Well, I am.
Did Trini ever figure out it was you?
Wait, why do you mute Nathan?
In the end, he told me in the end, he trolled the shit out of me.
How did
I'm
you not?
telling you, Nathan.
How could you not
That's
tell,
what
man? Like,
LSF, that's messed up, man.
All those Muslims song alike to me. All the
oh
Muslims
yeah,
song alike.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, Allah, all of them song alike to me. It's just like, they just song like Hamas.
Lord Trini, you have a dick 4 on your forehead.
A what? A what?
You have a dick 4 in your forehead.
I don't even know what that is. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you didn't fall for
You're
it.
supposed to rephrase that. You're supposed to say "what is," and then.
What is dick 4 on your forehead?
Who falls for those kind of tricks? By
Yeah,
default.
no, man.
Probably like agnostic people.
He's furiously chilling. Just let him chill, guys.
Agnostic people are notoriously gullible.
Oh, careful you get the agnostic role if you're not careful, Mars. Ooh, you don't want the agnostic role.
Believe a donkey could talk. That's gullible.
Hey, God, gullible's not even in the English dictionary, guys. That's the crazy thing, is everybody uses that word.
There's a sucker born every minute.
Days in the belly of a fish. You believe that shit? 3 days in the belly of a fish.
I don't believe
it's not a fish.
I don't fucking.
It's a mammal.
I don't believe the Bible literally, dude. It's like
great
allegory and
fish.
shit.
That's a group of
Cat.
I snap.
Gonna have that on record, mate. Sorry, Mars. Gonna have that on record.
Yeah, dude, no. P. Mars has said that the whole time I've known him. That's the only reason I talk to P. Mars about Christ, is because he's a sensible person when it comes to Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's not sensible when it comes to a lot of other things, but when it comes to Jesus, he actually has a pretty sensible opinion.
Don't get carried away, Soul. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. When it comes to like racism and shit, yeah, P. Mars, I don't listen to him. Jesus, he's pretty well read and spoken.
So
I don't know. I was somewhere today, and P. Mars was like fucking had the volume turned to 11, man. Who were you roasting today, P. Mars? I can't remember, but fuck, man, you were on it. You remember that, or you got Jesus Christ? Like, top notch volume. Like he was fucking giving somebody. I can't remember who it was and what it was about, but I said, "Holy fuck, P. Mars, you better calm down."
He's in a stupid argument about intelligent design. I try to help him out too, man. I try to back him up. Intelligent design being secular.
It wasn't Nephilim, was it?
Who would be the
I
intelligent?
agree. It is secular.
No, but who is this intelligent designer? Who would that be? Just a question. Who would be the intelligent designer? Yeah, I know, but who would the
all inclusive?
No, I'm asking you a
What
question.
means different things. What do you mean?
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all is the other option.
Oh, so it's
P.
less
Mars.
law. Have to be God.
So intelligent design is secular because we don't know. It's scientific agnosticism. You don't know who exactly is responsible for creating all this. But
So what you guys know about
obviously
fake maple
design.
syrup?
But you
Chicken and waffles.
wait. But you're not agnostic to the method. That's the problem. The method, the agnosticism is not with the method, and that's the point of evolution. You guys get that? Oh, that went over your head.
Evolution, sure.
No, you missed the point. You're not agnostic as to the method of how the variety of life arose. That's the point. It's not the intelligent designer, it's the methodology.
That's the entire point of intelligent design. What are you talking about?
You're missing it. You're making a claim that there is an intelligent designer. You're not agnostic to that. You're making a positive claim. You get it?
I'm not agnostic on everything. I'm agnostic as in I can't prove there's a pattern.
Demonstrate that it is designed. Once you can say that it is designed, then it has a designer. If you say there's a designer, then everything is designed. It just has to. I have to be designed. The sky has to be designed. A light waves have to be designed. Everything has to be designed, and then you have to be able to
Blue
say
is the
this
most
is
reflective color. That's why the sky's blue. What are you talking about, dude?
No, that's not why the sky is. There you go. You can make stupid arguments all day long and be completely incorrect about the reason that the sky's blue. Yeah, fine. Go ahead. Yeah, well, and a completely false, non-existent thing called money you
I'm
trust.
sorry. The sky is actually alien green, and people are in our minds. Like
Well,
there's
okay,
little
so here's
worms
the
in our minds.
so there's a new
Like,
color.
that's why you have to wear a tinfoil hat.
Yeah, there's a new color, and it's not like any of the other colors, and it's called. Now, what do you know about my new color?
Oh, I see you met your mom also.
Oh, by the way, the other thing is my new color does some stuff and not other stuff.
It's going
We're
to
discussing his
Crayola
mom.
that next year. Is his color.
Yeah, my new color, which is as yet nobody apart from me has seen it. It's a new color.
Top
It's
secret.
called Yeah.
Okay. How much crack do you have to smoke before you see it?
Well,
Like
a
17
Bible,
hits at least.
a couple of Bibles full.
Oh, you
Quran or
smoke
two.
Bible?
At least
Dude,
a
that's
40
fucking
rock, bro.
hardcore.
At least a 40 rock. 30 rock isn't going to do it, bro.
I'm gonna try smoking the Quran, dude. That's some serious shit.
Do you
Like,
use pages of the Bible to roll your joints?
We use blunts, bro.
The thing is, I smoke drugs and my brain still works. What's your problem?
I'm wishing my brain didn't work. I don't know.
But what if your brain's not working and you think that it is? Your brain could not be working.
Got some flour and a drink. Nice.
Hold on. I got a backpack full of weed. A backpack full of this shit. Hold on. Let's see what we got
I
here.
hope you're in a state
Let's
where
see
it's
what we
okay to
got
have
here.
that.
Fuck your couch. Fuck your
Yeah, can I
couch.
be your new best friend?
No, you cannot. I don't need any friends. I'm 38. Almost. I need no friends.
I'm 39.
I
I've
got all the
deep
friends I
one
need.
year.
That's what I'm saying. I got all the friends I need. If you're looking for new
And
friends
that backpack.
at 30 in your 30, man, you got to check your game. What happened to all your old friends? Why didn't they grow more weed? Were they pussies?
Well,
No, because they don't have backyard. And
What?
also that people's already watching them.
Baby.
Can I have one more chocolate?
Yeah, you can have one more chocolate. Sunday fun day.
All my friends are in jail, but they're still growing weed. What's your friend's excuse? What the fuck?
I don't have friends. I have
Well,
frenemies.
welcome, bro. Welcome. Maybe you shouldn't be so furious.
Perhaps.
You know, like change the secret sauce, and then you know, you can still keep it a secret. You just have a new sauce. But nobody will even know how you did it because it's a secret.
Dude, other dudes are like angry all the time. But then we just get in an argument and then
They
we're
just
not
need
friends
more.
anymore.
They just need a backpack full of weed. They wouldn't be so mad.
Perhaps. I'd like to try that actually. Last time I got hot box,
This is
like I
banana
just
split.
grew a giant like 15-inch boner, and then I was like,
This is banana
calm the fuck
split.
down.
This is banana split.
Check
It's
your
it's a
DMs, P-Mars. Check your DMs, P-Mars.
cross between train wreck and some other banana shit.
I've run out, dude. This is unfair.
Why would you smoke something called train wreck?
That's why I went. That's why I moved to. That's
strain.
why I moved to Humboldt County, bro.
How y'all do stuff like this and then be scared of Nick?
Trini will tell you it ain't always green. Actually, it's never all green. You know, you're gonna have brown spots. You know, you can paint it.
Dude, I'm already paranoid. The government already tried to kill me like 3 times.
Oh man.
So if I smoke weed, then like I'm just totally fine.
You know a good way out of that?
Three? That's rookie numbers. You need to pump those numbers up, son.
A good way
Did you
to
win?
get out of getting killed by the government is just to get an office job or move to
True.
Canada.
Yeah. Way more chance of getting killed by the government than you have by weed.
Yeah. They don't care about weed
Yeah.
anymore. It's not important. We're not renegades anymore.
This is the whole morality, law, legality.
That's a crime
argument.
against society.
I'm going to tell you what a crime is. Okay, right? I don't give a shit what a crime is. I don't actually commit any other than the ones which I commit, and they are things like speeding. And yeah, there's weed's illegal in this country, and I don't care. I'll stand in front of a judge and I'll say, "Hey, it's a plant judge. What's your problem?" He'll go, "Oh, well, it's a Class B drug under the 1970
So my
Restriction of
first
Drugs Act."
probation officer, LSF, my first probation officer when I was 15, I had dreadlocks and shit. I thought I was a Rasta. And he told me, he's like, all right, you get one dirty test. Are you dirty? I said, yeah. He goes, all right, well, pee in the cup. Pee in the cup, I was dirty. He's like, so every time from here on out you pee in a cup and you're dirty, I'm going to lock you up for, until you're clean, which can take 20 to 30 days, right? And my response to this at 15 was, well, it's my religion. He said, no, it's not. And I said, yes, it is. And he goes, well, look, it's my job to lock you up if you come in dirty. So, I go, well, it's my religion to smoke weed. So we're going to be at a standstill. And then he held his word. I held my word. And I did 180 days over smoking weed and just getting dirty pot tests.
Okay, send me to prison. Try to find
You know
me.
what
I
they
won't
used to
pay it.
say here in the southeast U.S.? They're like, you can't catch every fish in the sea. Whenever they pulled someone over who was only going like 80 into 25, but the guy that was going 125 in the 25, they let go because they couldn't reach him. And they pull you over, and the judge is just like, you can't catch every fish in the sea. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But pointing at another person's wrongs is never a good defense. It's not respected by even gangsters. Everybody in courts and outside of courts will disrespect that argument that he did worse than me. It's just a really bad argument, and I would suggest never ever using it in a court of law.
I didn't use it, but I still think it's fucked though.
He's right though. He's right though. Even with the big ass dragnet, you can't.
Yeah, they don't really give a shit
Yeah.
over here. They decriminalize if it's personal, if you've got, I don't know, less than, I don't know, half an ounce on you. If they catch you, they can take it off you. But they don't actually give a shit if you're not hurting anyone. I've never seen a massive fight break out because lots of people got stoned. I've seen it happen when people get drunk all the time.
Well,
never
in the
seen it.
U.S., they associate it with crime and shit like that, like violent crime. So,
what, weed?
Like if you get caught with
Or
weed, they're like,
PCP?
fuck you, you're a gangster.
Wait,
The only violence I commit on weed, the only violence I commit on weed is to cookies and ice cream. Okay, like I hurt the shit out of some cookies, man.
Crimes against pizza.
Do you remember that commercial where like the kid shoots his friend because he's on weed? I hear like drugs are bad. Okay.
Mr. Mackey. Yeah, drugs are bad, okay? Yeah, that's what they said to us at school. They used to show us a little video of, well, it used to be on the television, of, there used to be like a dark tunnel with a light bulb swinging on a lamp. A guy sitting in the tunnel going, heroin, one hit and you're hooked. Oh, no, it was that a crack one? Oh, I don't know. It was shit anyway. It didn't really.
Abortion, my favorite topic.
Oh, what do you think about it?
You know,
What
by
do
the
I think
I
about
wish
it?
people would be more honest with me, by the way. Like, if you think I'm annoying, if you think I'm ugly, just tell me so, okay?
That's all right. We're talking about abortion now.
No.
I think that the life interest supersedes the liberty interest.
Awesome.
Huh. Oh yeah,
Huh?
are you a Christian?
No. I'm a decent human being.
Wow.
I see.
Edgy.
Look at these baby photos. You're really gonna say that I was?
It's
I
not
wasn't-
because of religion that I chose this. I'm a Muslim.
Oh, you're a Muslim?
Islam allows for abortion within 40 days.
So what?
I feel like there's an argument
that like you should do abortions on Islam and some sects of Christianity.
Yeah, it's called rape, which I
No,
recognize that exception.
I'm talking about every case.
That's
Yo,
called
Pace.
being selfish and putting a person's life, like a woman's life, above, a person who has infinite possibilities, aka a baby.
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite of selfish. I think it's like selfless. You know why? So like on Islam, on the view of Islam, when like a fetus gets aborted, they go to heaven, right?
No, I wasn't talking about the Islamic notion.
Okay.
Notion.
Were you? Because I wasn't.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's fine.
Are there any mods in here? I want to get based.
You want to get
What?
based?
I'll just get based and don't care who listens.
Tell me I
That's how
wasn't
you
cute,
get
baby.
really based. You just
Let's get real based.
start
Let's say the word.
speaking based and don't
Someone
care
say the word.
who's listening. Shut up,
The
nigga.
word. Oh, you said the word, bro. You can't do that.
Can you not derail the conversation,
I'm just saying.
please?
I'm just saying that I'm just saying that.
So
if
she's
you
trying
think-
to have an argument and you just attacked Islam. Why would you do that?
Wait, who?
Why don't you have an actual argument?
My argument was not even Islamic based. I said
No, he
Islam
just took
actually
it there.
allows
Yes,
for
he asked
abortion.
what your religion was, and then he directly attacked it. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I wasn't. It's related to.
Really, you
So-
by saying all fucking Islamic children or fetuses should be aborted, you weren't attacking Islam.
Yeah, that was your.
I didn't.
That. Why is there a fucking beetle in your skin?
Calm down. The point isn't that like I think we should do that, right? The point is I think on like an Islamic view, if should there refers to some kind of like utilitarian raising like this, the amount of well-being in the world, then I do think you should abort every baby, right? And the reason
Have
is
you ever had a child?
no.
Have you ever
Let
held them
me-
in your arms?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought, hey, maybe this one will be better than I am because I'm a piece of shit?
No. So that's not. You're missing the point, right? The
You're
point
missing the
is.
point.
well, maybe let me explain it, and that like you might understand.
Look at my little face right now. What if I was aborted?
Look, wait 1 second.
Your widow.
The point is the point.
I think
Wait,
I was
no,
a
hold on.
Do you want to deprive me of wearing
Hold
this
on,
Elmo
hold
birthday
on.
hat?
Guys, calm down. Listen. The point is that like on Islam, if a baby is killed or dies from like a natural cause, they go to heaven. They ought
and Brad. To us, we provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain free, and we upload Instagram. We got a
right. So one of the habit, and go ahead.
All right, here they come. Number one, we'll go here. If you want to, you can even roll back a little bit so you're a little more onto your back.
Sure.
And that'll even take more pressure off the shoulder. This really makes a big difference.
Right.
So if you feel like you just cannot get off that side,
go down there again once, Bob.
Pressure more on my head and on my thoracic area rather than the shoulder.
Or the kind of the rib cage.
Or kind of the rib cage, right. And if you want to, you can even roll back a little bit so you're a little more onto your back.
Sure.
And that'll even take more pressure off the shoulder. This really makes a big difference.
Right.
So if you don't want to sleep like this because you're starting to internally rotate your shoulder.
Yep.
And this is how we actually test for impingement. And so you're actually impinging the shoulder when it's like this. A lot of people, when they have the shoulder that is sore, they actually put their arm up on here and let it just rest it here. But a good alternative, Brad, would be what?
Pillows.
Right.
You can use one, but two actually can work better.
Two works a lot better because you put one here, and then you put one actually under the armpit and the arm itself. And this is just a really comfortable thing. If you only have one, kind of this starts happening yet.
Yep.
Or, you go like this and still you're kind of turned in yet. So you really need two.
Right.
So,
because that puts the arm in a neutral position, makes a big difference on the shoulders. Or lay on your back and lay with your arms over your head.
And surprisingly, a lot of people do this. They fall asleep like hands underneath the head.
Yep.
Or they even fall asleep like this.
Yep. Sometimes one arm, sometimes both. I had one patient, she couldn't get out of that habit. Always slept arms up like that.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. She didn't have shoulder pain for quite a while. It was only one shoulder.
Reminds me of little babies. Little babies sleep that way.
Yeah, well, they're flexible as can be, aren't
Yeah.
they? So how do you correct this? We're saying no sleeping on your stomach. Sleep on your
Runaway dog comes home, and just to make sure his owners know she's there, she rings the doorbell to get in.
What was your reaction to seeing the ring cam?
We were dying laughing.
The rescue puppy named Raja ran away from home after being spooked by early 4th of July fireworks in the South Carolina neighborhood.
Had Raja ever gotten out before?
She's gotten out, and we've seen her run down the street, and then we get her back within 5-10 minutes.
But this time, 8 long hours went by and still no Raja. Was she gone for good? Then, in the middle of the night, came that doorbell ring, surprising Mary Lynn Whitcare and Ryan Rashik.
I heard the doorbell ring, and I just look outside, and I thought someone had maybe brought back our dog.
But it was Raja herself who cleverly used her nose to ring the doorbell. Home sweet home. Doorbell to get
kind of convincing for me, so I just accepted it.
Bro, if you don't believe in God, there's something wrong with you.
Why?
Jez, you're hot micing, Jez.
Because I think you
Oh, am I?
honestly like just
My
live in
bad.
a bad way. But you know, you can do whatever you want with your life. I don't really care.
Am I
So
still
what
hot
about
mic?
you? Do you not believe in God?
I believe in God, yeah. I don't believe in the Trinity though, like the Holy Spirit, God, and Jesus combined into one being. I don't believe in that.
What, you're a
Trinity?
Christian?
I'm kind of like what they call a cafeteria, sort of like I pick what I believe. Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah. I see.
Sorry, boy.
Like I pick what I think
It's like a buffet and you take what you like.
Yeah, like I just pick
Whoa.
what I like, sort of. Like for example, like I have some Christian beliefs, but I also have some Muslim beliefs.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So they call me kind of like a cafeteria Christian, sort of.
So do you believe being gay is okay?
Morally, no,
Let me-
but honestly,
let me
I
ask
don't
you
care
something.
what people do with their lives.
Hey, you cafeteria guy, do you eat bacon?